this is So who wants to do a recap of what happened last week when we played?
It happened.
Many things. The field party kind of.
Would you like to?
There was a division of just people going off and doing different things. So there was an air squad. Muir, Xarxan, some of the elite troops, Emma's character, whom I forget the name of off the top of my head.
Sorry.
Sorry? Sorith, that's correct. Yeah. And I don't know, others. They went into Wind and went towards the city. But Xarxan got captured by the Vth Legion, I think. Right.
Doing great.
Yeah, thanks. And Hrafn flattened the top of a mountain, and Rurak started building a temple.
Yeah.
Other stuff. Narinn went off to go and try and save Xarxan. Narinn has gone on an expedition to go save Xarxan. With 2 of the Black Barbs. And
I believe one of Narinn's thoughts whilst on this mission was he was going to practice lassoing.
Yes, that's right.
2 minutes before he needed to.
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't form the lasso plan until moments before, and the plan has changed again. So
didn't even bother calling. Just had to find out over group text to somebody else.
I called Rurak and Hrafn.
Again, group text to somebody else. And Sorith went and borrowed for some nails, so now we have loads of nails.
Yep.
That's right, yeah.
Gonna grab booze and ingots. Muir got loads of nice, but not too nice bread. And
can't spoil the soldiers.
It's more the cost, really. But it's Marks and Sparks level, not Waitrose level.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I would have put them in that tier, right?
Marks and Sparks.
I would have just been like I don't know, I don't. These days I don't see all that much delineation between Marks and Spencers and Waitrose, and they're very close.
Mm-hmm. They're close, but there's still a step.
Yeah, there's
True.
tiers. That's what I meant,
still a tier, yeah. Yeah.
They're top. Your middle is your Tesco and your Sainsbury's, and then you got your Lidl and your Aldi's.
Yeah.
Although Lidl and Aldi's better.
No,
anyway. Yeah, I think that's all that happens.
That's about it. That's the size of it, right?
And what happened to Narinn right at the very end?
He got spotted.
Okay. So let me check my notes here. So way back when we were beginning this whole expedition, I gave you guys that handout, and on the handout I said that the adventure would finish with something called the final battle, right? Does anyone remember that?
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to go a step further today in the level of meta and inform you that there are, as of the beginning of this session, there are a maximum of 3 sessions left before the final battle.
Oh. All right, cool.
Is that before Scale Christmas?
Do with that information what you will, mate.
Is there a calendar on here?
I guess it depends how fast we fucking do shit.
Well, also, this is maybe something we should ask Jake's permission for, but are we allowed to have gaps between sessions and plan that out with you? Or do sessions happen one after another? Like what?
I don't follow what you mean.
Can there be gaps between sessions? Like not an hour time in the game time.
As in, can you have a week of downtime?
Yeah.
If you're able to arrange things so that you have a week of uninterrupted, unthreatened, whatever you want, then yeah, sure.
Right. Okay. But considering we're on scale, that's probably not.
I mean, the world's your oysters. lads.
Spa trip after this,
Yeah,
you know?
that'll be one of our final 3 episodes. Little spa trip, that'd be good.
Yeah, I will keep you posted as to how many sessions there are remaining before the final battle. But otherwise, so Narinn, you are just been spotted by the baddies. Muir and Sareth, you guys are in Ormonth. Xarxan, you are captured by the baddies. And then Raffin and Rick, you are summoning your temple right now, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Raffin, what are you doing? I don't entirely remember.
I think I was hanging around to see if I could help out, and then we were going to see about a tree.
Okay.
There was also the Narinn rescue.
Yeah, I had definitely told Wings to fly down to
Oh,
Narinn.
yeah, that's
And
right.
I think I shouted to Raffin to follow Wings.
I was following Wings, that's right. That happened right at the end, didn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So Lidda, meanwhile, you're in Meriden.
Oh,
Flashback to this morning. You wake up in your in room with Pela. I think we'd done a bit at some point where that you had got contacted by them or something, and you had a bit of a chat with Pela. What are your plans for the day?
I don't know. Where am I currently? Like what?
You're just in a tavern, an inn. It's kind of if you have a specific inn in mind, it's probably that one. Otherwise, it's just a sort of the nearest appropriate inn for you to stay after your flight from Scale. So I think like right now you're basically just kind of having woken up, presumably. I don't know. Do you and Pela sleep in the same room or anything? Or do you have separate
guess
rooms?
Probably same room.
Sure, yeah. So she kind of wakes up and is like, so what's the plan today then?
Oh, is this the day after I got told that I should be doing stuff in the?
Yeah, this is the next morning.
Oh.
It's been one sleep since that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not in Lidda's head at all right now, so I'm trying to think back on everything. It's been 2 sessions. I think that she was gonna take like one day to just not do anything really.
Sure.
And then probably have another day of probably learning some new spells to prepare for going up north.
Okay.
So she'll do that on the 3rd day, I think.
Sure. So what is your are you doing anything specific on your day off? Are you just are you relaxing? Are you going off like running the museums or anything? Like what is your plan for that day when you wake up?
Probably see if Pela wants to do anything specific. If not, she'd probably just try and take stuff take her like around to like things she would like, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool. Be nice to go to a restaurant and have some nice food. It's been not somewhere that has pasta though. I've had too much pasta.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Are there any halfling restaurant? We could go to a halfling restaurant. That'd be nice. Get some Osalin stuff. Taste of home.
Yeah, I think I know one. One.
And then you hear this noise of paper on a hard surface coming from the door, and you can see there's a note that's been slid under the door, or a letter rather.
Go take the note. What now?
It's like a piece of parchment that's been folded up. So it's like the exterior is perfectly blank, except there is a wax stamp on it, and it bears the symbol of an archway and an eye inside the archway.
Okay. I remember that. I'll open it up.
There are 3 words written on the paper. One of them is Aether Rail, and the other 2 are 10 minutes.
Fuck's sake! Okay, I'm gonna have to go for a little while,
What?
but
What do
I
you mean?
will be back.
Is that? What? You got it? What's going on?
I have a meeting I need to go to.
You have a meeting?
Yeah.
Is that what this is all? Are you actually? Did we just leave because you had some meeting to attend here? I thought we were like.
No, it happens when I come here. Sometimes people just randomly will need a meeting with me, and it's annoying. But
Well, can you not just? I mean, I thought we were. Okay, fine.
well, once I'm done with them, it probably shouldn't take too long. Last time it didn't take that long.
All right.
So I'll come back and then we can do stuff. And it's ages away until dinner time anyway. We'll definitely go to a restaurant. 100%.
Okay. Okay, you promise?
I promise.
Okay. All right, I'm going back to sleep then.
Okay.
All right.
I'm fucking hook and tail to the Aether Rail then.
Sure. So you hightail it down. As you kind of come down the stairs, the innkeeper's like,
Yeah.
And you take off through the streets. It's maybe a bit probably takes a bit of adjustment, especially having been on scale for ages and way away from Meriden, probably takes a bit of adjustment to the bustle of the place. Given that you were here last night, obviously, but it was most people were sort of in bed by the time you had arrived, and there's just loads of people. You get kind of jostled as you're trying to move through. You make your way down to the Aether Rail station. There's one kind of in the distance. It looks like it's just about to pull away. You're
Get on it, I suppose.
sure. Give us an athletics check.
The fucking Aether Rail, my worst enemy. Where's Lidda? What am I doing? Athletics? Oh, I'm not good at that.
I need to see the last of him. Choo choo.
Sure. Okay. 5. So you.
I will Misty Step onto the train if I need to.
Sure. So you start legging it through, and you're you're speed-wise, you're like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna make it. And then someone just you pass by a news cart, and someone takes their newspaper and steps away, and then you immediately just get face to need, and then sorry.
Sorry.
And then you can see the doors are just starting to shut. There's a small window for something to happen.
I'll Misty Step onto the train.
Sure, okay. So you vanish, and you're like, woo! And you appear on the train, kind of in a bit of have you got a bag with you or anything? Or are you just did you even are you dressed? Or are you just in your pajamas?
Probably dress. I probably don't have my I have plate armor now, so I probably don't have that on, but I probably have my usual robes.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you kind of you kind of appear on the train, and they're like, woof, wizards, and kind of able to take a seat, and the Aether Rail kind of lifts off and hums away, and after about 20 minutes on the Aether Rail, there is no, same as kind of the last time, there is no engagement from anyone else or anything like that, anything to suggest that this is the right or wrong Aether Rail or anything like that. But then it gets to about half an hour later, you hear this voice come over the intercom saying, next up in Kura Rise, where this train will terminate. And it continues on.
Train. I'm staying on the train this time.
Sure.
Staying on the train this time.
So it arrives at the next stop, then the voice comes over. This is in Kura Rise, where this Aether Rail will terminate. Please depart. And everyone kind of gets up and leaves. What are you doing?
Just gonna sit there, probably looking around still, hoping I would see maybe a symbol of the arc in the eye somewhere.
Sure.
Just same kind of angstiness as the last time I was there, but just not following anyone off.
Sure, okay. So you kind of, you hold tight with the door shut and it lifts off again and continues. And then there's another voice over the intercom. There's a voice you recognize after a few minutes. Says, "Hello, Seaworth," and then out the window, kind of directly in front of you, you see this kind of like effect happen as the train. It looks like it moves through like a wall of water almost, and there's this kind of like rush of stuff past the window, and then once that dissipates, you can see the Meriden skyline again, except it's been flipped 180 degrees and is upside down. And then kind of out of the door to the next carriage on your right comes this dark elf that you recognize and says, "Seaworth, pleasure to see you again."
Nice to see you too. Short notice.
Sorry, we didn't know how long you were going to be here. Did you not do that last time?
Did I get on the train last time? I'm pretty sure I missed the train last time.
Oh, you did. I had to pick you up from the docks, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that always happens. That's how you know you're in the right place. And then the other row kind of and stops. And kind of.
You ever get people accidentally coming in?
No, it's by invitation only.
Oh, okay.
Shall we?
Yeah.
And he gestures towards the door. And so the door opens into this kind of same kind of big opulent building that you recognized from the last time. There are people, reading books and things that don't really notice you're passing. As this dark elf Soren, he leads you through and he says, "How have you been?"
Oh, fine.
You don't seem. You're a poor liar. Kind of smiles.
It's just been an event of many of events actually. Now that I think about it, how are you doing?
Well, all right. Same old. He kind of leads you up to you can see the sort of the same door that you entered into before, into the main sort of chamber where you were received the last time. Kind of approaching, he says, "She's been waiting patiently to meet with you again." And he kind of gets to the door and he kind of eases it open and holds it open for you.
Okay, then I'll walk on in.
Sure. So you walk in, and same as before, you see this in the far corner of the room, the far wall of the room. You see this large circular disc of stars and planets and just generally space kind of swirling, and sort of kind of looking intently at it with all 11 billion of its eyes, or however many it has, is this crystalline watcher, which kind of turns around as you enter and says, "Lidda, how wonderful! I was worried you'd gotten cold feet. You've been absent for so long, and then we heard about your little construction down in Alahar. We thought we'd never see you again. How pleased I am to be proven wrong."
I go all about the place.
How have you been?
I'm okay.
I see. I apologize. Under the circumstances which we last met, I'm afraid I was somewhat preoccupied with the events of the day. I didn't really get the chance to speak with you as I'd have liked. I understand you're a woman of war now.
I didn't hear what that was. Sorry, can you say that again, Jake?
She says, "I understand you're a woman of war now."
War?
That's right.
Well, I kind of left that whole thing.
That's why you're back in the city?
Yeah.
I see. You have greater concerns, I'm sure.
I just don't think it was appropriate for me to be there.
Well, all experiences are valuable in their own way. What are your immediate plans while you're on leave, shall we say?
I had a couple things I wanted to do. And then I got given a thing to do from the spire that I have to go do. I need to go up north.
I see.
I was gonna spend the day with my sister today, so I need to have dinner with her.
I shan't keep you over long then.
And I had some stuff that I was wanting to do for Atar. I think that's it.
I see. I didn't realize you were religious with them.
It's kind of, well, I have been for a little bit, but not that much. But then, some stuff happened a wee while ago, and it's nice.
Yes, I understand. Many get a lot out of religious service. How are you finding being back in Meriden? There's been developments in the city since last we spoke. I trust you heard about the late Illin and Uriel and the Iron General.
What? I haven't been in the city long. I came here last night and then I went to bed. It was late.
Well, everything's all a bit dour at the moment. You're aware of all the national squabbling.
Yes.
Did you hear about the passing of Uriel?
Yes, I did. But it seemed suspicious.
There was unusual circumstances surrounding in terms of the magnitude of magic that was present at the site.
Right.
It was actually something I was interested to speak to you about.
Okay.
There was a ring that you and your allies may have found. Is that correct?
Yeah. I think I know what you're. Well, I don't know what you're gonna say, but I know what you're talking about.
You seem as if someone's already had this conversation with you.
Not really. It's more, well, someone did come and visit me in my constructed tower. They were I can't remember which one it was. One of the horsemen.
I see.
Yeah. I kind of blocked that out of my memory. I forgot about that.
So you're aware of the connection between the ring and those events?
All I know is we cast a wish spell and it fucked something over. And I'm not really sure what, but...
Well, magic does not create energy out of thin air, as I'm sure you're aware. There is always an exchange.
Oh no. Yeah, okay, that's bad.
Yeah, she kind of sort of looks sympathetically at you.
Was there more than just Uriel that died?
Grand Artificer Illin and Iron General Kamari also perished. As a result, we have this whole mess that we're in currently.
Out of character, how many people did we have dead that we brought back to life?
3.
From the ring? 3, okay.
Narinn, Meriden, and you're...
That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense, actually. I feel silly for not realizing sooner. Connecting the dots.
Well, sometimes if you're too close to something, you kind of see the pattern for the pieces.
Well, that, I mean, wasn't intentional.
I'm sure.
You know what, we spent so long debating about what we should wish for with that ring because we were afraid that if we wished for something like gold, it would take gold away from some orphans or something. and then we used a split second to save like our own lives, and now that's fucked. Sorry for swearing.
That's all right. Express yourself as you see fit.
Oh, okay. What did you want to talk to me about that?
Not
Well,
specifically.
Okay.
Well, there is. I fear there is more to it than just the fate of those three. I understand your friend, the Artificer. She was visited by the Xarxans last time she was here.
She was?
It's perhaps a coincidence, but I find the timing. We saw her with her Aetherforged companion. They had a large vault, a big stone triangle. Does it mean anything to you?
Was that the thing Mir was like carrying around and like then threw into the ocean? Yeah, I remember that thing. I wasn't really sure what it was. She didn't say much about it, but she kept trying to use it, and then it wouldn't work, and then she tossed it.
I see.
Into the ocean.
The Fate Mistress leaves, as I am sure you're aware, most religious orders have in their possession some manner of relic or important artifact to the faith. Zira's flock are somewhat unusual in that they possess prophecies, and some of them are accompanied by hawkboxes. I understand that is more than likely what your friend had.
Was that important? I'm guessing it was important.
It's difficult to tell. Fate works in mysterious ways.
I don't know if the fate of it was to be thrown in the ocean.
But
if that's how it works. Oh my. Okay, so what does that have to do with the 3 deaths in the wish ring?
I'm not sure yet. I just find the timing surprising. Have you heard of the seals when one of the horsemen visited you? Did they mention them?
Yeah, they said there was one of them was broken.
I see. And how much do you know about them?
I'm trying to remember what exactly they said. They seemed extremely mad. So I'm guessing it was pretty bad. I don't have any notes on this one. Yeah, I remember there being seals broken or something. I'm guessing it was like stuff that happened that wasn't supposed to happen or wasn't supposed to happen yet.
The seals are. Do you know anything about them? I don't want to bore you with the details if you're already familiar.
Do I already know stuff about the seal? I don't think I do. I can't remember. It's been a long time. No, I don't really know. It's like holding back something bad.
You're familiar with our cosmology, yes? The planes beyond this one?
Yes.
And you understand that many have allegiances, not to a creature or a place or a god, but to a concept, law, chaos, good, evil. The opposed dualities like the elements light and dark. The seals, they exist to keep those forces in check. They war against one another, ordinarily, but those seals contain the extent of that war. The seals are impermanent. They can be broken. It sounds as if that process has already begun. Indeed, some claim they must be broken. And when they are, that aforementioned war is no longer contained. When that war is not contained, the depth of destruction is, well, none alive can say, but its battleground, its focal point, is our realm. Because it is, so they say, the mortal's duty to restore balance once again, rebuild the seals, contain the plane war. That's
right.
How the story goes. I believe, and it certainly sounds like I may be correct, that you or what you've done or what you will do is entwined with the fate of those seals. I don't know how, but that is why I would like you with us, rather than put to work by another. Have you given my previous offer any thought?
Well, I did talk to it with people, but I feel like we didn't talk about it that much, and then I kind of forgot about because of a lot of the other things that are happening, like the war and the druids and the many things.
Busy woman, I understand.
What working with you, does that just mean coming to you and talking to you about things and doing things?
I'd like to be kept appraised of developments, like, for example, any extra planar visitors. Certainly information I'd be interested in knowing about. And perhaps assistance from you if it is relevant. And in return, I can offer you, of course, the resources we have available to us, which I suspect will be more than you will receive from the Spire.
Well, like if for example, if like I saw, or like I saw some interplanar creature or whatever, like, and I told you, but what would then happen? Like, what
Well, it depends a lot on the nature of the thing. If you, I'm sure, no doubt, a storied and traveled adventurer like yourself will, of course, come into contact with extraplanar beings. Perhaps I should be. I would really just like to be kept appraised of your movements, really, what you're doing. You know, I'm happy to offer help and advice and resources, as I've said. And in exchange, I just would be an interested benefactor.
I'm cautious of accepting things that give me good stuff without anything in return as much.
I remember you said so last time. That's sensible.
Jake, can I do an insight check on this dude?
Yeah, go for it.
To basically try and figure out like what their alignment is.
Sure, yeah.
8.
You're not really sure. Probably just can't get much of a beat on it. You know, like you're used to kind of figuring that stuff out by like body language and things like that. And a lot of the body language cues you're used to working with don't really apply to a 10-foot wide orb with eye stalks.
Yeah.
And no mouth.
Well, I mean, if it's just like where I'm going and what's happening, I suppose there's not really much harm in that.
I mean, we can certainly, if the day comes when we wish to escalate our relationship, we can certainly do that. For the time being, though, we can really be mutual
let's
confidants.
do like a introductory period, and we'll see how it goes.
Certainly.
And I was gonna say something else and I can't remember. Yeah. Oh, sure.
Excellent.
We've got a deal.
That makes me
not really a deal, but it's
very
a deal,
happy.
kind of.
Have you any news of your twin, shall we say?
That's what I'm going up north to figure out.
I see.
When I arrived in the Spire, they said they'd seen me up north, and they were like, "What are you doing here when you were up there?" And I was like, "I wasn't up there. So it has to be my twin." So I'm gonna be going north to just have a look around. I'm not really doing much.
I see.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is she's been spotted up there.
Interesting.
At the... What's it called? Map? Map? Loading map.
Shadow
Hold on.
Guard.
Shadow Guard Keep.
The knights. Yes, I
Yeah,
suspect they'll be
Oh,
relevant.
yeah. We've been trying to talk to them, but it's not going through, so there's probably some fucked up business going on up there.
I'm sure the
Gonna
Spire
be-
have it as. Let's see. They imagine they suspect something to do with the wards, or that otherwise capable knights have just simply failed to write a regularly scheduled letter.
Yeah, they said something about the wards, but I thought that was silly because I cast sending to one of the guards before and it worked fine then. So I really don't think whatever is happening up there is good, which is why I'm kind of hesitant to...
Yes, I would urge caution. I'm sure you're up to whatever task is waiting for you.
Yeah, I don't usually do things alone. But I'm just going there to look. I'm not actually going in.
Caution is sensible. Have you any other news about that organization's movements? We are, up until recently, we have been receiving snippets of information every now and then, enough to keep an eye on what's going on, but we haven't heard anything for a few months now, which potentially bodes ill.
I don't think I've heard anything really. I've been in scale. It's kind of a bit disconnected from it all.
Your friend, the Dark Elf, are you aware of her involvement?
Involvement how? She tends to get involved with things that a lot of us don't know about, but I don't...
She's an assassin, yes?
I kind of presume. I mean, I thought she was more just stealing things. I didn't really think... Well, I don't know. Yeah, sure. She's got the skill set.
I take it you don't know that much about that side of her life.
Well, I've seen when like the out of character when like have I seen like wanted posters for like Malburn's mask and stuff, or is like that something that's like fairly hushed up? Because I remember Malburn not wanting us to like see her with the mask on or something.
I don't know. That might be a Nile question, to be honest. Maybe. If you did, it would probably have been in the context where you might have seen other wanted posters for you guys as well at times when you were wanted and things like that.
Yeah. It's mainly just because I remember it being like a point where like she usually didn't put the mask on unless she was going off to do other things, but then it was at some point that Lidda saw her with the mask on because they were doing something shady and crimey together.
Like
they were breaking into a house or something.
Sure. Yeah, you might vaguely remember a mask, like saying I want to poster for a mask that was like similar but might not be the exact same as Malburn's mask. Like it's kind of difficult to know.
I have forgotten what the question was.
She just asked how much you know about that side of Malburn's life.
Not much. I presume a lot, but I don't know a lot.
I see. In the months before Ilan and Uriel and General Kamari's untimely passing, there were, back when the pot was just beginning to simmer, as it were, there were 2 murders that added fuel to that fire. I don't know if you remember. One Bromnir Stronghammer in Bronzehold and one Isra Kadir in Redcrest.
I'm sure I probably heard about that, but I can't remember right now.
both happened while your party were either in the city in question or imminently arriving. I have reason to believe those murders were at your friend's hand, and that she was contracted by this Red Order to do so. That the information might be prudent for you to know. Bromnir was displayed publicly, and Isra had her children with her.
Right. That's interesting. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to talk to her, I guess.
I'm not suggesting there was any course of action necessitated by this. I merely thought you might wish to know if you didn't already.
Well, it's so, yeah. No, I'm glad you told me. If she's, on the one hand, I'm like, you do what you want to do, but also it's kind of like not cool. I'm mainly upset about the whole working with the Red Order thing.
Yes, we understand they enjoyed the irony of having her do it. Whether or not your friend understood the identity of her client or not.
Oh, okay. Get a little mad. Thank you for telling me that. I mean, we don't know for sure she was... Okay, do you know for sure it was her that did it?
We were able to plant an associate among the Red Order's ranks for a time before it became too dangerous for them to remain. This information comes with a high level of confidence.
Okay.
I would not risk sullying our fledgling relationship with information I was not confident about.
So, how do you feel about that situation? I take it. How do you feel about the whole situation of everything, like you said, coming to a boil?
I am less than keen.
What state would you prefer everything to be in?
I find the status quo generally more amenable. The level of disruption that the city and the lands beyond will experience over the next few months is less than ideal.
So, do you just collect knowledge, or do you do things to change stuff?
We are largely observers. If a time for action was required, then we would certainly step up and do what needed to be done, but we prefer to work in the background.
What would a situation where you have to step up look like?
If there was a threat to our existence, or Meriden's existence, or the wider world's existence.
I suppose it doesn't really matter with stuff like who's in charge and everything. You guys just have this place that no one can get to anyway.
The imperial bureaucracy is largely a figurehead.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Okay.
I'm glad.
Anything else?
I don't think so, unless there's any questions. I certainly discussed anything I had sought to have you here for. If there's any questions you have, I'm happy to talk
Do you know
things through.
anything about the druid stuff going on?
It's related to the reappearance of this third moon, correct?
Yes.
That is about the extent of our knowledge. We tend not to... The Ring are fairly insular. We tend not to...
Yeah, we went up there.
It's a druid thing you wouldn't understand.
But
How was the experience?
Oh, slightly terrible. The moon was fine, but there was a thing on the moon that was quite bad. Still in the midst of getting rid of it, but it's we opened a gate and some stuff came through. What are they called? Sentinels? I think I'm just making that up. Sentinels. And we still need to. They disappeared and went off somewhere. So if you hear any news about Sentinels from the moon, let me know, because I'm gonna need. We're gonna have to deal with that.
I see. That is useful information. This is already proving a fruitful relationship. I will. She kind of slightly pauses and then says, "I will keep an eye on things."
Okay. And scale-wise, scale is scale. They're. I don't know what's gonna happen with scale.
Yes. What are your group's intentions?
Well, Narinn and Xarxan keep saying they want to get rid of Thingamabobber so they can start a council.
Is that not similar to the scale government already?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know enough about scale politics. This is why I left. I didn't feel like it was appropriate when I know nothing about them.
My
they have-
understanding
well,
was that
they
there
have to-
10 clans were responsible for one area of government each.
Yeah, but I think it's quite corrupt at the moment. It's kind of like whoever says yes the most to the king gets the spot, and if you don't, you're gonna disappear.
I see. It's a noble goal.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stuff about the country itself being quite prosperous at the moment, actually, and people liking the king as a leader, but the problem is he wants to take over everywhere.
Yes, I understand they've done well enough for themselves. We shall see how that situation pans out, I suppose.
Yeah. Hopefully it all goes okay and not too many people die.
There is then a knock at the door, and someone kind of opens it and says, "Gates here?" And she kind of turns back to you and she says, I'm sorry, I have another engagement I must attend to, but it was...
No worries.
It was good to speak with you again, and I hope to see more of you.
Yes.
I'll have someone be in touch about ways to... Well, you'll see. Good day.
Okay. Goodbye.
And she kind of sort of telekinesis eyes the door open and hurries out. Then Soren comes back and is like, "Are you ready to
bounce?" Yeah.
He kind of leads you back through the complex, back towards the door. He says, "How did it go?"
It went pretty good. Yeah.
Are we likely to be seeing more of it?
Yeah. I don't know how often physically, but we'll figure it out. We're having an inductory relationship.
I see.
What do you do here?
I am a scholar like everyone else, but I also I'm a bit of an errand boy, I
see.
suppose. I prefer the term lieutenant.
That does sound fancier.
But yes, I'm often the one that I spend most of my time in the city itself.
But did you put the note under my door?
I was responsible for it, yes.
So you didn't actually do it, but you were responsible for it. Or were you there? Because that's kind of... It's a bit weird, but you could have just knocked and been like, hey, it's me.
I arranged for it.
Okay.
But its own errand boy.
So you're the errands of errands.
Pyramid scheme of errand boys.
Pleasant seeing you, Stormward. He kind of puts a hand on the door. He opens it and he says,
I feel like
see
this
you around.
is how I left last time.
And yeah, he kind of opens the door, and it's just like a black rectangle, like kind of like nothing. What are you doing?
I guess I'll go. Okay, well, it's good to see you. What's your name? What's your full name?
My name is Soren.
Yes, Soren.
That's all you get
know
for an
my last
introductory relationship.
You know my last name. That's
kinda
fine. You use both
pushes
my
you
last
through.
names, actually.
And you sort of you get kind of like kind of, you don't get shoved, but you get kind of like swiftly placed through the doorway, and it opens. You kind of, from your perspective, you feel yourself like kind of like you kind of come through the open doorway into your in room, and Pela's there.
Hey, Bela.
She's asleep, and it's like a double bed probably, or there's two beds, and whatever area of the bed she is not in, there's a figure sitting on the other end, and they are robed. They're dressed opulently. They look a lot like Laran, but male. They have, or maybe you're not really sure. They're a bit more muscular.
What's happening today?
They got this smooth blue face with these kind of like ridge lines, kind of like Thanos' chin, that goes up it. And you hear this voice in your head again say, "So you've been speaking with her, have you?" And we'll cut back to the mountaintop, I suppose, or the mountain side. So, Mr. Markax, you are. In fact, I have prepared a crude map to illustrate.
Rude man.
A crude
How
map.
screwed you are.
Illustrate.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
Why? I might suddenly
Oh,
go
wait.
in.
Token with vision.
How do you get so far past me? Oh wait, are they moving the other way?
Yeah, they're moving northwards.
Oh,
Sorry.
I see.
Can you guys, the rest of you guys see?
No, it's all black. I don't
Yeah,
have token,
same.
apparently.
Okay, hang
That's
on.
what it said, with vision.
Let me just turn off token vision.
The whole party is here.
Hey.
Worst part about being the one who's, like, talking, like a solo session for apartments is I can't write notes on my own fucking session. I need to try and remember.
Well, there'll be a recording, but
I like writing notes as we go.
so Narinn,
You in trouble now?
So am I able to move up like
so this is a fairly abstract map, right?
This
Hang on,
one?
let me put it on the
how do I
stream.
go again? There we go. Is that a way I can go?
Hang on, give me a minute. I just need to fix the stream. Sorry. So what were you talking about?
This line here.
So there is
How do
that.
you
So
do it?
this is a 2D representation of three-dimensional space on multiple levels. So it's not. That's kind of why it's crude, right? So they are. So the. There is like it's not like a flat path. Like path goes upwards, right? Because it's going down. And so the north,
Yeah.
the top side of the map is
This
taller
is
than the other
common.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
The area you are currently standing in with your lads, that is like the kind of ledge bit, that is above the road. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, hang on, I'm still just trying to fix the stream for a minute. Yeah, so this this ledge bit here, that's where you guys are. It's kind of 15 feet above the path below. The path below kind of, it equalizes in terms of level at around about this bit, right? Does that make sense? Is that all making, is that clear enough so far?
Yeah. How did we get in here though?
You kind of came down.
Up here?
You came down the path this way. But because Xarxan's in the middle of the army, some of the army have now kind of proceeded past. This is a sort of abstract representation of the army as well, because there's loads of them and they're marching.
Is there any other way, like, around this kind of direction?
I mean, that is like a
cliff face.
That's kind of not like a cliff face, but it is like a kind of like a steep kind of ridge that's quite tall. So like you'd have to kind of climb up it, but it is traversable.
So, what you're telling me is I'm already surrounded.
A tickle?
A tickle. Fuck. Okay. And what's over here?
That is just kind of more hill, right?
So
it's like this kind of pass winds through, yeah, sort of, but like upwards. It's like you're kind of in like a bowl. Does that make sense?
Oh, I see.
Sort of.
Okay.
Except it's like a bowly path thing. Does that make? Do you have any questions about the environment?
I don't think like this gap here is what 10 foot wide.
Roughly. I've not done the distances super like accurately. I just kind of did the general shape. It's like it all kind of varies, and it's sort of like where the wall is kind of. It's sort of abstract as well because it's kind of a ridge. So like it's kind of roughly 10 feet flat, and it starts to kind of slope up, but you probably got like another 5 or 10 feet that is kind of traversable on foot, like standing. If that makes sense.
Sure.
So what's your plan?
I'm going to action search. I'm going to tell the black barbs to stick close to me. And I'm going to attempt to move closer above Xarxan and stab him.
Okay, hang on. I'm missing this chunk of my notes. I don't know why. Where is it gone? I need that chunk of notes. Okay, so they have spotted you, so it is going to be initiative. There's you guys and there's the bad guys, so it's just kind of a question of who gets to act first. So can you give us an initiative roll?
There's no active combat encounter in your current alert.
Oh, hang on. I need to. Right, so I need you. I need these guys, and then go total combat state, and now you should be able to do it. Right, no, you're not on the. Oh, there you go.
I'm not sure it was. Wait, why does it say 16.12?
16.12.
Yeah.
The 12 is your dexterity, I think, for tiebreakers.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So
I think
if
roll
they
20
had,
does it that
like,
way and stuff as
an
well.
11 dexterity, they'd have a 16. If they rolled the same as me and it was a tiebreak, they'd have a 16.11 and I'd win.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Like the point it's not really like a decimal point, it's just like a separator.
Right,
I mean, it
sure.
kind of is a
Okay.
decimal point.
Kind of
because
is,
it's
yeah.
like a 16.12 is more than a 16.11.
19.11. There is no point. That's 0.1.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, for
Okay.
example.
Okay.
But no, because if someone had like a 5, it would do 16.5, which is higher than 16.12.
That's
But
true.
no one would have a 5 because it's only. Unless they're like real. It would be 0.5.
But
True.
it doesn't, because there was 1.1 on the next one.
Mm.
That's weird.
It's not really important.
It
You have a
is.
1 for your dexterity number, though.
It should
Unless
be
you're
back.
like, have no legs.
Okay, so
Anyway.
so Narinn, it's your turn. So I just want to give you an appraisal of everything again.
Appraisal is Narinn is fucked. Correct?
Hang on, sorry, I need to move some of these guys. These
Somewhat
aren't in the
surrounded.
Right, this guy. So Xarxan is being grappled by the he is being like led, forced by by the shoulder by these two lads here, right? The captain is behind him. The wizard is not there. The wizard is kind of with the captain back there. So let's move one of these guys up there so you can see the chain, right? So it is your turn. You got you got everything you do on your turn.
And my boys do shit.
I thought you were just having them help you out. If you have like I think the last your boys had heard, they were gonna have to pull on the lasso. So that's kind of what
Yeah.
they're ready to do.
Okay, the plan has changed somewhat.
Okay.
I'm now gonna need them to shoot the 3 boys who are near Xarxan, just to make them stop grappling him. Not necessarily to kill, although killing them would make them stop grappling. But Narinn has now got a hurl Nautilus at Xarxan.
Okay. You remember how Early Nautilus works?
I land an attack blow, and
Uh-huh.
then he pulls 15 feet towards me.
There is a strength check
Unlike
involved.
this. Okay, is it a strength?
Normally it's a strength check. It would be a strength check against Xarxan. But Xarxan is being restrained by these dudes, so it's going to be a strength check against the two of them, right?
Okay.
What about the distraction you're talking about?
Yeah, if they were to shoot them, would that give me any kind of bonus, like even +2 for assist?
Maybe. So you're changing the plan on them, and they're going. So let's do them first then. So, have I got attacks for these guys? Well, kind of actually, but not really. Why is that? So let's see, so you got 3 of them. First one gets a crit.
Whoa.
Second one gets an 11 plus bonuses. The last one gets a 4, so the 4 is not going to hit.
Yeah.
The 11 with their kind of bonus they have, probably +5, is the 11 kind of just scrapes in. The 20 is a crit, so your boys, you gesture to them. So basically, at the very beginning, like before the round starts, the other commander, you see him kind of after some guy goes, "Hey, look!" You see him look up and point, and he says, "Archers draw! Surrender now, rebels, or die!" And then your guys go "Pew, pew, pew." They start firing off in them, right? You can see all the soldiers in the army are kind of mobilizing. What the? So your boy with the crit, he fires an arrow off, and it like bites into the wrist of one guy who's holding Xarxan. He goes and kind of like releases him. The other one skims into the other guy's shoulder, and he's still holding on. So it is now your turn to do whatever it is you're going to try and do.
I am going to. Do I have to? I forget. I don't have my book. Do I have to claim action surge at the beginning of my turn, or can I do it midway through?
You can do it whenever.
Okay, cool. Gonna move. Trying to move.
Sorry, try now.
There you go. I'm gonna move like here.
Sure.
That's enough spaces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And then I'm going to hurl Nautilus at Xarxan.
Okay.
So that'll be an attack roll, right?
What's your armor class, Xarxan?
14.
14.
Okay, thank God. It's been so long, I've kind of forgotten how to do this. So, Nautilus, Fury of the Waves. Attack. Have I got Xarxan targeted? I have.
Okay, we hit him.
And I'm going to yank him 15 feet towards me.
Alright, can you roll for damage for Nautilus?
Yep.
As you puncture Xarxan. And then, can you give me a stealth check? A strength check, please.
Oh fuck, I'm sorry, Xarxan.
A strength check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a lucky. Okay.
Ooh. Ooh.
Can I have the original roll?
Nope.
Ah,
Or actually, I think you can with
I
lucky.
think
Yeah, it's a
It doesn't make a difference. This
Hmm.
guy is still, he's got Xarxan in like a vice grip. He's like if anything, he's just been shot in the shoulder, so he's gripping him harder. And Nautilus sings through the air, impact in Xarxan's back, like kind of like sort of throws him forward with the impact of it. You can see it's like right, like kind of like you're kind of like you reckon his spinal cord is like in between two of the tines.
God.
And you start yanking, and this guy kind of like they hold, the captain sort of like puts his arm out on him as well, and they kind of like hold him back, and then the cord of water snaps, and you
Cord
can
of
see,
water snaps.
yeah, you can see Nautilus impaled in Xarxan's back down below, and so you didn't surrender when that guy asked you to surrender, is that right?
Well, I mean, he did ask to surrender after I told my troops to fire.
A little bit. Do you look like you're surrendering now?
I'm going to attempt to stall with words.
Alright, what are you gonna say?
I'm gonna start with about that surrender.
You hear the sound of a bunch of arrows being drawn, and you feel this sense. You had a sensation of people staring at you. You feel that like a bunch, and you can see all these people, all of the archers down below, have their bows drawn and pointed at you. And the captain says, "Are you tendering it? You are outnumbered and outmatched."
Will you let my troops go free,
Aye.
including the one with the trident in his back?
Aye.
Okay. Narinn just kind of raises his hands.
The Black Barbs are like, "Commander." They've got like bows drawn. Xarxan, what are you doing in all of this? What is your reaction like right now? You've just been stabbed?
Probably
Oh.
in a lot of pain.
Naren's probably got to call down and apologise to Xarxan.
Raging's better than hanging the poor guy.
Naren is kind of looking to the sky in hopes of seeing an eagle and a giant crow.
You don't see anyone yet.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna ask. Can I ask the captain what his name is?
Captain Vasad. Restrain him. And you can hear people like moving kind of behind you.
First, let my troops get to a safe distance. I'll stand here. Just let them.
You are not in a
first.
position to bargain, Captain.
How much use to you will I be if I'm dead? Do you think my brother will surrender after you kill me?
He doesn't respond. He just waits for. You hear these legionaries kind of moving into position behind you, and they.
Hang on. Can I?
One of them says, "Arms down."
Sure. Are they restraining my hands with rope?
Manacles.
Manacles?
Yeah.
No. Why the fuck did they bring that with them?
I wonder why.
Okay. Sure.
You learn.
Yeah, I'll lower them, and once my hands are in the manacles, I'll ask that they just let the others retrieve Xarxan and start moving away.
He looks up to the guys behind him. He says, "Is he restrained?" And yes, sir. Are they tight? Yes. And he kind of sort of like while he's like looking at you, he reaches down and pulls Nautilus out of Xarxan's back, and he says, "Let them pass." And the Black Barbs are like, "Commander."
It'll be fine. Oh, actually, take the stone out of my pocket and contact Harafin.
How are you doing that when your hands are bound?
No, I'm telling them to.
Oh. They make a move to go to the pocket, and one of the guys behind you draws his sword out of his scabbard.
Okay, Captain, can I have your permission to allow one of the troops to pull a stone from my pocket?
Kind of narrows his eyes. Give us a deception check. Let them take it. And the Black Barb kind of reaches in. It's probably Armin actually. Reaches in. He's like,
as soon as you get to a safe, or as soon as you get out of earshot of these troops, tell the others not to. What's happened?
"All right, sir." And they start they kind of half start backing away, half start getting pulled away. You can see there's a bunch of soldiers who've kind of come up onto this ledge now, and they're restraining you. Xarxan, you're kind of pushed forward through the troops. What are you doing right now? Are you just kind of you have an opportunity to get out of here? Are you taking that
What is he
opportunity?
Are they gesturing that I can go with them?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Sure, okay. You start kind of getting processed out. You sort of get escorted by two guys up out of the massive army units, and you meet up with the other Black Barbs, kind of who are waiting for you, and they're like, "Come on, we gotta go." Are you alright?
I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Sure. Well, what's it look like when Xarxan casts a spell like that?
Don't get yourself stabbed before you've even gone away.
Like, is it like, does it look visually like you're casting a spell, or is it more like when Xarxan casts Cure Wounds, is it more like he's like using like poultices and stuff like that?
I don't know, but if it's wondering is it going to be sus if I start casting a spell, then I'll just wait until I'm away.
I mean, they don't seem particularly concerned about you guys. It was more just like a flavor thing. But yeah, you're able to cast Cure Wounds and you can recover some hit points and kind of shake up. You're like, it's pretty nasty being stabbed by a trident, actually, as it turns out. But kind of Ormond and the others start kind of like pulling you upwards up the slope, kind of out of view of the Legion. So, Crafton, meanwhile, can you give us a survival check?
Oogly doogly.
Or make it a perception check, actually.
Perception.
Yeah. $16. Okay. So, meanwhile in Ormonth, Muir and Sareth, you're kind of, where did we left with you guys? Were you still buying stuff, or had you kind of come back and regrouped?
I was waiting in an alley for everybody else. I think Sarth was getting booze.
Oh yeah, you were getting what, like wine or something, right?
I'd asked for, I think it was port.
It was port, yeah.
Eventually.
Fruity port.
Yeah, fruity port.
Yeah, so the bartender kind of comes up from the basement. He's got a big cask. He's like, "Well, it's not port, but it's it's similar enough. It's fortified wine. I'm sure it'll serve your needs."
Do I think that it would fit in my bag?
You have to kind of stretch it. Like it'd be one of those like you're
Okay,
like
I can
like,
just
like
carry
kind
it.
of
It's
like
fine.
you probably could, but take a bit of finagling.
Okay. How much, good sir?
30 gold. Fair cask. Barrel aged as well. It's been there for a good 5 years now.
I'll take the gold. It's not my gold anyway. I'll take the gold and give it to him.
I hope it does you well. Anything else while you're here? Can I get you?
Well, maybe just a small. Yeah, give me shot for the road. Shot for the road. Let's go.
All right. And hands one over. Sure, you get this kind of sweet, fiery liquid, and you kind of feel it warm up your whole chest. And then what is your plan?
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna ask. Do you have any sweets?
Sweets?
Or pastry type things or anything like that? I can't remember what I said I was gonna get for the dude. It was fire something. I made up a thing.
I'm afraid not.
Okay, doesn't matter.
You could try Vicari's down the road. They might be shut now, though.
Oh, probably. I'm sure it's fine. I'm off.
All right. Pleasure doing business. Safe travels.
You too.
Where are you headed?
Well, it's getting pretty late, so probably just gonna head to bed soon. You know.
All right. Well.
Gotta get prepped tomorrow for drinking this.
Well, safe home.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then are you just meeting up with everyone else, or are you doing anything else while you're in the big city?
I'll probably just meet up with Mir.
Sure. Yeah, so Mir, you're kind of waiting in the alley, the designated meeting area. And eventually a couple of legionaries come back. They're like, yeah, got some stuff, I think.
Nice.
Good.
Good haul.
Yeah. Paid a fair price, but a little bit of tip as well.
Nice. Good
Not
on.
that
Good
they, I mean, they didn't really give us any service, obviously, because we were busting in. But might have to replace the locks, so.
You didn't steam through? All right, moving on. You did good. It's fine. So as long as you left a tip, I'm sure that will cover it. I hope.
Yeah, you see Sareth come back as well.
Hello!
Hello. That's a mighty haul you have there.
I have the cask. And I got nails.
Nails. Okay.
Well,
Sure.
I got the ingots like I was supposed to get. I did get those, but more importantly, I got nails. You like building things, no? Do you like building things?
I can't argue with that. You know, I'm sure
Nails.
we could have a use for nails. Rurik always needs nails, I think, probably.
I've heard of many times of people getting a piece of wood and just hammering a nail into it, and that's a weapon.
True, yeah. The fence nails? Oh, my buddy Ward kind of needs one of those. No, they'll be handy. Is this everybody?
We're still waiting for Sir Zorgar, I think.
Where is he? Where did he go?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure I can go find him. I can just walk around. Well, he should still be misted though, right? I hope he's still.
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
Oh,
walking
that is
around.
a fantastic point. Will his phone pick up or his stone pick up if I ring him? If he's missed?
That's a good question.
Yeah, probably.
Ring,
Because the
ring,
stone kind
ring,
of
ring.
becomes his kind of possession.
Weird.
I guess.
Ring.
Yeah.
Zargar, where are you? Are you at the fish market?
I'll just come back.
Okay, see you
Two,
then.
2 minutes. Okay. And a couple of minutes later, Zorgar returns from wherever Zorgar has been, with whatever Zorgar has been getting.
Gonna assume it's fish.
Probably some fish. That makes sense. Maybe some other. He's maybe hit a bakery as well. Yeah, you guys, your whole squad is assembled. Narinn, did you give the group stone to? Is it the group stone that's in your pocket?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Wait, do I have multiple stones for multiple links?
I
guess
don't know.
do.
Maybe. Yeah, you probably do. Yeah.
No, well, the other one's useless because Phil's a clumsy fuck, but yeah.
Oh, so they might not have gotten the right stone.
I imagine I gestured which pocket it
Sure,
was
okay.
in.
Okay. So I guess well, actually probably Ormond probably hands the stone that they have received to Xarxan. He says, I mean, you know them better than we do. What should we? Commander said to tell them something. Do you know how this thing works?
Do I know how the thing works?
You can probably figure it out.
I didn't consider this
Yeah.
possibility.
I'll give it a go.
I just assumed everyone knew how magical stones worked.
Just yell at it.
Yeah, so presumably a message from Xarxan is received in all of your collective ears. What was Xarxan saying?
So I got captured. Narinn turned up, stabbed me, and then he got captured. And now I'm heading back.
Can I Whichever Dragonborn I gave the bag of holding to, can I just take off them momentarily?
I had it.
Stick my head in it and scream for a bit. I'm okay. Right, okay. It's fine. Are you alright, Xarxan? What do you mean he stabbed you?
There's fucking trident at me.
Why did he throw his trident at you?
He didn't say.
Okay. Who else is there?
8th Legion. Well, this says 8th Legion, but they're
Black
Blackguards.
Ops.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll work. Okay. We'll be right back. We've got snacks.
Lidda picks up the stone. I've been gone for a fucking day.
Let it be chaos.
A fucking day.
It be chaos.
Well,
Narinn did what?
good luck.
Okay, so I guess. Alright, everybody, we're going back to camp as fast as you can fly, or
What's
however clouds move. Well,
Reform.
the captain's in a bit of a feel the air. Yeah, what sorts to say? The commander is in a bit of a pickle. It'll be fine. We just have to get back and deliver the
Pickle.
sweets. Woo!
I think one of your elite dudes is here, right, Narinn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kareth is like, what do you mean a pickle? And she kind of puts her hand on her sword.
So I think he somewhat bravely tried to negotiate a prisoner release and maybe backed into a little bit of a coroner. So we should probably head over there fast as possible. And he apparently stabbed somebody. I still don't understand why, but
Well, they probably did something wrong. She kind of turns into mist and flies
can't
off.
argue with that. Right, yeah, so that's good.
Sure, so you guys are just heading back?
Fast as possible. Yeah. Wait, do I know which legion they went to? Well, it would have been Xarxan. Yeah. Scoot to where we thought that legion was.
Sure, okay. Yeah, so it'll take you probably about an hour to get back. You head off. You all. Zargar's probably looking a bit kind of concerned.
There's fishes rotting.
I don't know. You're not there. So, Raffin, meanwhile, with your 16, you can see kind of down below. You can see 4 figures dressed in the livery of Narinn's army, kind of like moving up the slope, and you recognize one of them as Xarxan. From your position in the air, what are you doing?
I can't see Narinn, no.
You can't see Narinn right now, no. Kind of in the distance, you can see a big mass of abstract army moving up the mountainside.
And I can see like 3 of the Narinn's dudes. Dudes.
Yeah, plus Xarxan.
Where's Xarxan?
He's with those 3.
Oh, okay.
They're like now a group of 4.
I guess
Xarxan's
we'll
probably
head
maybe limping.
straight for the 8th Legionary guys, and just in the hope that we'll see Narinn on the way. Can I keep like a keen eagle eye out for Narinn?
Sure, yeah. Okay. So meanwhile, Narinn, you are in your manacled form. You are kind of taken, roughly, you're stripped, your trident's taken away. As are what other possessions you got on?
Various hand axes and
Yeah, all your
handheld
weapons,
tridents
yep,
and ropes and
Yoinked.
just
Probably strip off all your
paperweight at this
plate mail
point.
as well.
All right. Bit hot and heavy here, please. Come on now.
Just down to like, your
During
shirt and
the
trousers.
time this is happening, just casually, well, like this entire campaign for scale, Narinn hasn't been covering up his golden scale anymore. So he's just kind of not like.
Yeah, you see a couple of them like sort of like notice. They kind of look at each other. and then they kind of continue. Like you definitely you know it's been noticed. Right now they don't seem to be doing anything about that.
That's cool.
But they're
I
kind of like
expect them to turn sides, like
pulling-
golden scale.
pulling you through and down. You know, they strip off all your weapons first, and they kind of process you down to the captain, and then they start kind of like stripping off your breastplate and stuff. And you can see your stuff kind of gets like scattered throughout the army. Basically, it just gets pulled in different directions.
Sake.
You
Why
can
would
hear
you scatter it?
Nautilus going, "Narinn!"
What? No, Nautilus. I'm trying to talk to Nautilus telepathically and be like, please keep all conversations in our head. Don't say anything aloud for your sake. For both of our sakes, please. There's one time, if you want to sing in my head. Just don't sing aloud.
Well, this was a stupid plan, and now we've been captured. I've got an idiot for a servant, and he makes me not sing when I want to. I'm sorry, I can't do this. I'm stressed. I can't. I've got.
It's fine, we're in a bad situation, but to keep things cool, they can't know that you're a mad magical trident, so maybe don't shout.
Narinn, I'm made of coral.
Yeah, you could just be made by a fine craftsmanship, not necessarily by a god.
I am a relic. I am
Not everyone is
older
supposed to
than
date on
this
their relics.
country.
Exactly, all these people are too young to know who you are. Too young to know the legends. I mean,
But they know about you, though, don't
all
they?
of them, probably. What?
They know about you. And they know about you, Narinn Markax, the mighty servant of Nautilus, fury of the waves.
I'm fairly sure that's not what they say, but
I think it is. It should be.
I'm fairly sure they probably refer to me as Captain Markax.
Servant of Nautilus, fury of the waves.
Oh, probably not. Nautilus, now isn't the time.
He kind of grumbles, but he sort of respects the gravity of the situation. You get kind
That's
of
a first.
pulled forward to the.
Nautilus, if you're hiding any other little secrets from me, now would be the time. I don't suppose you know how to teleport? That'd be pretty cool. Flying.
You just get this feeling of like
Fury of the
a
waves?
seething
Can you summon a
staring.
wave? Can you summon a tsunami?
Perhaps I could if we had been restoring me to my former power.
Hey,
But
I'm
no,
trying
we have to go gallivanting around in war.
Did they take the shell, Jake?
Do you carry the shell on you?
Yeah. Where else am I going to put it?
Yeah, they take the shell. They're like,
They put it on the ship. Yeah.
like they're like shell. Kind of like guess kind of like tossed through the like they're like.
Whoa, don't toss that. That'll cause a big. That'll kind of kill everyone here if you drop that.
The captain's like, what are you talking about?
It's an old shell. Handed to me by Orissa. Just be careful with it. Also, please just respect my gear. Put it all together.
I don't think so.
Why not? Are you expecting me to break out of these cuffs, beat up all of your soldiers, and reclaim my stuff? Have some confidence in your troops. So... how's
You're
the
Narinn
war going?
Markax, right?
Yeah, that's
Narinn
me.
Markax.
Okay, there's no need for the air quotes. I do you doubt that I'm a Markax?
You don't seem to have the battle acumen of one.
Well, that kind of happens when you're raised on a smuggler ship. But if we weren't really Markax, why would Valisar be putting up all this trouble? Why would he have sent assassins after us all these years?
He kind of like keep it moving, and the army kind of shifts into gear. But yeah, so like he has you kind of.
Yeah, now he's got to try to keep up a conversation with this guy.
Sure. Yeah. What are you saying to him?
So, not been deployed to the mainland yet?
No. I have to spend my days putting down filthy insurrections like yours.
What a shame. I take it you just weren't good enough, right? All the good troops got sent on ahead.
He sort of like kicks you in the back of the leg, like kind of like the back of the knee. So you have to kind of like stumble a bit. He says, "Watch that tongue."
The previous Dragonborn captains I've faced have had the gall to fight me one-on-one. Not you, of course. Resort to your archers. I already know this guy's way higher hit points than me, don't I?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
I've been observing him for another minute. Can I get another detail?
Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, you've had a bit of time. Like at this time, it's probably been 5 or 10 minutes in close proximity with this guy, so you can get a pretty good bearing on him.
Armor class.
Right now, given that he's wearing armor and you're not, higher.
Okay, sure, yeah. Maybe I should have done that one while I was wearing armor.
He has a shield with him, so you're pretty confident that normally he is higher as well.
Okay.
He's decked out in like glass armor.
I see. Any crests on him?
Any crests? Yeah, he's probably got. He'll have like whatever the symbol of the Fifth Legion is. It'll be like something kind of stylized around a V, probably. Is on his breastplate.
No
you can see
crests or
no house crest on his armor. No, you can see he's copper scaled.
Copper scale would typically be which clan?
Copper is usually in the Copper clan is Narinn, which is the like arts and literature one.
Doesn't really strike me as the arts and literature type.
I mean, you don't know.
That's true. Can I ask what clan you're from?
Clan Vth.
Okay, fair enough.
He hasn't given you his first name.
Oh yeah, he's Captain Vth, of course. Why, fucking... Commander Narinn.
He says, "Do you want to tell me about that bolt of thunder up there?"
Do you not know we have the hand of the great Altius by our side? Summoner of lightning and storms?
And how much does this summoner of lightning and storms care for you?
I think that varies from day to day. But, don't know. Yeah, we did have a bit of a spat before leaving, but I think he still cares.
I see.
So what's your plan here? You going to kill me?
Oh no, the king was very particular that you're to be left alive.
I see.
We'll march up to the top of the mountain. We will claim your brother. We will bring you before the Scale Lord.
Very optimistic of you.
Have the situation put to rest.
And maybe you can go to the mainland to fight the other war.
I do as my country requires. At this point, Prathvin, you can see, kind of as you've progressed a little further along, you can see in amongst the mass of the army, you got 16. You can see where Narinn is. You're pretty confident. You can certainly see a red dragonborn that looks like he's a captive. He is being processed in right in the middle of this army.
Gold scale.
You can't really pick it out at this kind of distance because it's also kind of dark, because it's like sort of late evening. But you can certainly you can see there's a kind of high-ranking looking military individual, and a wizard-looking type beside him, and kind of just in front of them they have Narinn, kind of manacled and sort of like pushed forward.
Does he look snatchable?
Maybe, but you can see they have a lot of archers as well. Narinn, you can see two birds in the distance.
I can't cast anything. Is there anything? Is there any like big rocks or anything down that I could conceivably lift before I swoop down?
Where are you right now? A giant eagle?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm looking
Yeah.
for something heavy I can drop on the archers, create a distraction, and snatch Narinn.
there's anything you're going to be able to lift as a giant eagle is not going to be big enough to distract all the art. Like they're spread throughout the whole army of like 200 odd folk, if that makes sense. And
Yeah, I was thinking a bit of a distraction of some kind.
yeah, there's definitely a rock you could try and do for that.
Okay, so I'll try and swoop down and get. My plan is to drop rock on the sort of clump of arches nearest Narinn, and then swoop down and snatch him, manacled and all, from the jaws of his captors.
Okay.
Narren's got to try and keep their focus down the way on him.
My rolling's been pants tonight, though, Matt, and just to warn you.
It's fine. I don't imagine this will go well. I don't know. Aaron's got to talk to Nautilus in his head. I suppose you have any way to communicate with others besides me? Just telepathically?
I can shout.
No. That's the opposite of what I want. That's why I said telepathically.
No, just you.
I suppose you have a plan yet that isn't kill everybody.
I thought you had the plan.
You know, I was hoping.
I'm in a box.
What,
All
you're in
right.
a box?
I'm in a box.
Is the Aviscent with you?
No.
No. Have they separated all of them off? Little fox.
You can see like some of them are
Snatch
like
you.
like
We're
sort
not
of.
going to be able to snatch Nautilus, are we?
I'm not going to be able to snatch any of my stuff. I'll lose my armor, my 2 tridents, my many hand axes and hand tridents,
My mini.
my 2 ropes, and the shell that summons the Kraken.
Your hand tridents. We called them forks.
The hand tridents.
Trolls, really.
Gardening sporks.
They.
Yeah, no, you can see, Matt, that like you know, you can see some of your possessions in the, you know, like it seems like some of the soldiers have kind of like taken some of your stuff, like your drift globe and things like that, as kind of like little tokens. Basically, they're kind of like, oh no, it's mine. Like it's kind of
All of my shit.
like battle trophies, basically. But yeah, you can. So you're wanting to try and drop a rock on them, Raffin, is that right?
Yeah, my goal is to try and create a bit of a distraction to limit the amount of archers that are going to shoot at my feathery ass. And
Okay.
then, so I can snatch. Can I call to Wings to see if he can... Oh, I don't know what's best to do with Wings.
I will also point out last time they had a wizard that shot you out of the sky with a giant energy bolt.
Well, I can leave you there, but I was trying to forget about that bit. Can I try and drop the rock on the wizard?
The wizard's
You can.
next to me.
The wizard is standing right behind Narinn.
What do you think,
Narn?
Narn? What do you reckon?
I mean, I did just
Do you
stab
feel
Xarxan.
lucky?
I mean, I do feel roughly too lucky.
Oh, it's desperate times. There's no way I can communicate with Narn, is there? No.
Not unless you got some kind of spell for it. I don't know. Does Druze get sending?
I can't. Well, I'm in animal form now,
I
so I
suppose so,
can't.
yeah.
Yes, I can't cast anything.
Not unless you've set up some kind of complex air signal system then beforehand.
I mean, if it was more than just me, I would sort of maybe hang back and see if we could. Are they moving somewhere? Like can I
They
use
appear to
maybe-
be processing up the mountainside towards where the rest
Is
of
there?
the army is.
Can I look for like a bottleneck somewhere that it will limit, like where it would be best to do a snatch?
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Give us a survival check for that.
Okay. So I mean, I'm just looking for somewhere that if he's not in any immediate danger, it might be better to wait till we've got something. Oh, C7. That could have been that rock landing on your head.
12. Okay. So, yeah, you can. There is a point where the path kind of narrows, where they'll have to kind of condense down, and they'll be sort of they're walking like 5 or 6 abreast right now, and they'll have to condense
Okay.
down to like 3 or 4, which will make it probably slightly easier to try and attempt a snatch on Narinn. So you can try and do that if you want. It's it's about 5 or 10 minutes kind of walk towards until they're going to get to that bit.
See, I can't think of a way, Matt, I'm sorry, but because we obviously couldn't talk, and I can't think of a way to snatch you and all the stuff, because there's a bazillion legionaries, so I think it's best to try and get you and your legionaries out of there.
My
It's
legionaries
just
are out.
Narinn now, yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
honestly,
actually-
it's probably best to just leave me.
Xarxan's not in the humor.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Rurak, what are you doing right now?
What is Rurak doing? Rurak's building a temple.
Uh-huh.
And I think he heard over the groupstone, but didn't like get to. He got like it's in his pocket on like speaker, and you heard
Uh-huh.
something Narinn, something captured, something blah blah blah. So he's got a very loose idea of what's going on just now, I think, and is probably just like, gone to the stage where he's built up the walls.
Yeah.
The roof is up now, I think,
Uh-huh.
but like, can I like that sort of see-through stone that they have in
Oh, sure, yeah.
like Grey Thunder, and now we're kind of starting to figure out the insides and the tables and whatnot, and where all the chairs are and all the decorations.
You're doing your little walk around, going, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
big
little-
man, let's put that there. Let's put that there.
those singular like finger guns that have little zap the lightning to put candles in places.
Sure.
Rurak's kind of blissfully unaware, to
Okay.
honestly, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, Belax kind of comes in. He sort of like bows at the door and kind of comes in while you're doing this. He says, "Master Dawnforge, is it safe to begin bringing folks in, or would you prefer more time?"
No, I think we're at a good time now. You can invite the troops in.
All right.
I'll say as well that although this is an Altian temple, there's an altar that bears the name of no god just over there on the side.
I see.
And if any of your troops wish to pray to their own deity, I welcome that in this.
I appreciate the accommodation. I will pass that on to the VAC. I'll have them start ferrying themselves in. How much longer do you think?
Till it's done? What do you mean?
I mean, until your ministrations are finished.
Jake, how long have I been casting spells?
You're probably about 40 minutes in. So you got like 20 minutes left, 15, something like that.
I'm just doing the last details now.
I see.
So people can start to come in. I just still working on small pieces. So wherever I am, just please ask that people give a little bit of distance, and then
I'll
I'll
make
be
sure
done.
they don't disturb you.
Thank you. I
He
appreciate
kinda
that.
bows and leaves, and then after a couple minutes, people start kind of slowly processing in, and you see them kind of like bow their head and whisper a little. Some of them at the entrance to the temple, and they come in and they're kind of they're all pretty impressed by the whole situation. Yeah. Okay. So, Hrafn, what is your plan?
How long did it take me to get to where they are from the temple bit?
To where they are, it took you about 10 minutes to fly. But obviously it's a bit more snaky and kind of.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out, like,
on foot.
if it's only 10 minutes and they're just proceeding up the mountain, it might be best if I come back and warn everybody that's back there that that's where Narinn is. Or, because with more than one of us, we could maybe mount. I think we're going to need a bit of firepower, or I don't know. I'm tempted just to swoop in and try and snatch him.
It's up to you. What would Raffen do?
Well, I'm aware that that wizard's there, and that wizard malkied me the last time. What happened? Because I didn't quite die. I mean, I got knocked out of there, but then I managed to turn back into something, didn't I?
Yeah, you got knocked out of wild shape, but then you were able to wild shape again. In
So
midair.
I've still got another wild shape, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And fuck it, let's dive.
Okay, you're going for it?
I'm going for it.
Are you just going for the grab, or are you also dropping the rock?
I'm going to drop the rock, like... I want to try and do it as surreptitiously as possible. So it's like dive bomb like a Stuka, drop the rock. Maybe a little bit behind them, so it might hit the wizard, but it's more likely to hit the people behind the wizard, if you see what I mean, and less likely to hit Narinn.
Sure, okay.
He's a big boy. A rock on the heat's not going to do him much damage, really, is it?
How big's the rock?
Probably...
I don't know. I mean, I'm a laden eagle now, so
I can always duck if I see
I'm
a
not
guy
a
in
European
jail.
eagle, so
It's probably like the size of like a small yoga ball.
you could withstand that coming down at terminal velocity.
It's just like hail. Bigger.
Yeah, so it
denser.
would be my plan, Jake, to try and drop the rock so it hits like maybe the people behind. So the idea would be that there'd be a rock drop. They'd go, "Oh, what the hell is that?" And then I would swoop in and grab Narinn.
Okay,
Well,
so
they don't know
you're
what the hell's
sort of like dropping the rock and then kind of circling back to grab him? Not rather than dropping the rock and then grabbing him in one swell swoop? I can't, you're not doing the button.
Right, if I'm coming down like that, sort of, doing sort of from behind, so the wizard wouldn't see,
Okay, sure.
and dropping the rock and then snatch on the
Okay.
way back up.
If you're going to circle around the back, I might need a stealth check from you.
Oakley dokley.
Narinn has been in the party with Xarxan for some time now.
Yes. About 2
He knows
years.
Xarxan fairly
Oh
well.
shit!
Oh shit. I feel with that. Narин's keeping an eye on Xarxan, expecting something to happen. Maybe
Yeah,
they'll
see,
talk
yeah,
to-
it's like we've got a telepathic link.
Sure, okay.
He knows he'll do something mad.
Aaron is just gonna talk to Nautilus in his head and say like, "There's a chance I might go away here."
You what? You hear this kind of
I-
voice from a box.
Oh,
In the distance.
keep it in your head. Keep it in your head.
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm not abandoning you. I
That
have
sounds
no
a lot
say here.
like what
I'm
someone who's
cuffed.
about to abandon someone is going to
I
say.
am cuffed and surrounded by 200 people. I will come back for you. I will die if I have to retrieve you. How's that sound?
Okay, well that sounds alright.
Okay, good.
What
Just
if I
know
like
that
one of
you-
these soldiers better?
Well, then I'll kill them and reclaim you.
Gee, like that, you know the way to his heart.
Alright.
Okay.
You drive a hard bargain, servant?
At least just give me a little while. Don't betray me immediately.
Well, I mean, how long?
Come on, you like me better than your last master or your last servant, don't you?
No comment.
Oh, come on. You've had way more fun.
No comment.
It's been way more adventure.
No comment.
Can I get a vibe of emotion off him, Jake?
Yeah, he feels he's sort of kind of distressed.
I have no control over what's about to happen. My plan was to try and turn the sky, and when that didn't work, then we murdered 200 people. That was the plan.
That sounds like a good plan. Would have been a lot of
But
fun.
Unfortunately, the plan is. Out
They'd
of
tell
my hands
stories
at this
about
point.
us, servant.
Are you able to keep track of my stuff? At
Aaron?
least the Arisen? Are you
I'm
able
trying.
to put the Arisen
in a
is
box.
imbued with... Okay, sure. Can you describe the box to me?
He's got the hat on.
It's
serious
dark.
now.
I'm
Did
inside
Narinn
the box. I don't know what it looks like.
Did Narinn see the box when Nautilus shouted?
No. You just heard it, kind of like a sort of muffled like. No, what?
And did the captain just look unfazed by this?
He kind of turned to the wizard, and she says, "It's sentient." And he kind of looks at her and he's like,
Sentient is a strong word.
You kinda- Make sure it's locked.
It's angry.
Yes, sir. And then you hear someone say, "Captain, up there, sir." And
Narinn stamps on his toes and claims it was an
See,
accident.
before I swoop down, Jake, I want to shout to Wings, like, can he create some sort of distraction?
sure, yeah. This is. I'll get to that in a minute. This is sort of slightly
Sure.
before that. This is kind of as you're circling back, kind of getting ready to engage the plan. You can see, Narinn, you can see everyone, including the captain. Like if you stomp on his toes, he just sort of like knees you in the small of your back.
Yeah.
And you can see everyone kind of looks up, and you can see a big raven, and you can see a big eagle. So, the eagle's back, sir. Bring it down.
Hang on, I can talk the eagle away if you want. If you bring down the eagle, you bring down the whole army.
That sounds ideal. Archers.
No. Hang on. That's not what I meant.
And then Raffen,
You'll
as you're
also
calling
bring a kraken on us.
as you're calling to Wings, Raffen, you see below. You kind of hear the sound of like, I don't know, 100 bowstrings at once kind of being drawn, and you can see they've all noticed you, and they're all pointing arrows up at you. It's got a rock, sir. What were you saying, Narinn?
If you shoot down the eagle, a kraken will appear as well. You don't believe me?
No. Archers!
Nautilus. I'm saying to Nautilus in my head quickly. Go on some spiel about a kraken. Quickly.
The Kraken is an idiot! I hate him! He's so foolish! He's just a
That's
big
not what I meant.
tentacular
Nautilus, no.
arsehole!
This is like the worst rescue ever.
And then, Krafen, you see this this kind of swarm of arrows fly up in the air towards you. Where are you doing?
I'm going to try and get out of the way of the arrows.
Okay, give us a dex save, please.
Do that from the...
I'm pretty sure you click on in your character sheet.
I'm in that.
You click on the word dexterity on the left-hand side.
It's exactly. Ability check or saving throw?
Saving throw.
I got 16.
16.
That's quite high, I would say. Oh, Lord.
Okay, so you take 26 damage.
Mother.
As a bunch of like it's mostly quite a lot of that is just the sort of kind of resolve damage of being faced with this a giant wall of arrows, but you kind of try and barrel roll out of the way, and a lot of them shoot over the top of you, but you feel a couple of like barbs like shoot into your belly, and one into your wing. You've still got a hold of the rock. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna drop the rock and swoop for Narinn.
Sure. Okay. So give us a.
Can I use an inspiration for this?
Sure, yeah. So just so if you're using inspiration, just roll a d20 with advantage first, and then we'll figure out what kind of roll it is.
All right, so just roll. Right, okay.
See how on target you are.
How do I do it with the advantage? Or just?
Oh,
it's okay. I'll just roll it and then.
Yeah. Oh, there's the ADV button underneath, next to the roll button.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
press that.
Ooh.
Oh,
18.
18 twice.
In.
That's 36.
No.
Sure. Okay.
That means I
so,
rescue Narinn and the fork and like a couple of legionaries too.
Sure. So you swoop down after you kind of dodge out of the way of this hail of arrows, and you kind of bring it into a dive, and you swoop down and you release your rock, and it kind of hurls through the air and slams a little short of target. you can see that the wizard is kind of like caught in the blast. There's like you hear there's a wet thump that you hear now behind you as this big rock impacts with there's like the sound of shattering kind of glass and crinkling chainmail as it impacts with the legionaries behind you. You get you feel the spray of dirt on your back, and the captain again says, "Archers!" And it's going to be another dex save from you, Raffin.
Oakley.
Then you can try and grab him.
Oh, scheisse.
Ooh.
Just going to check what hit points I would have. Oh, mother, pass bucket.
So you take the full 35 of that.
Right.
So it's 35 plus 25 would be 60 all total.
Yeah.
Let's see what a giant eagle has. The giant eagle's fort. He has 26 hit points.
Oh, okay.
So the first one wouldn't have taken him out, but the second one would have.
Sure.
Have I got enough time to fall out of thing and turn back in an eagle and grab him?
Have you got enough time to... At the height you would have to be to try and get your rock accurate? Probably not. You're probably just going to hit the ground. Like, you'll hit the ground. Next turn, you'll be able to turn into an eagle and try and make off again. But
okay.
Does that make sense?
I'm just on the ground as Raffin.
Right now, you get you get this, like, you feel this like massive prickling of arrows in the back, and then you kind of feel the form kind of kick you out, and you land in the dirt, in amongst kind of sort of near to where the boulder just landed, and you can feel like there are all these arrows in your side. They somehow don't feel like that. They're kind of like they feel sort of like more like porcupine quills. They're not like painful, weirdly. And Narinn, you can kind of hear behind you this happen. You hear like probably like an eagle screech, and then there's another impact behind you.
Is the captain distracted and looking at the eagle? Or Raffin?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
What kind of weapon has he got?
He's got a sword. He has one hand on it, though.
Okay. Damn.
Like one hand's on the back of your shirt. The other one's on his sword now.
Okay. I'm just gonna set this out and see what happens.
Sure. So Raffin, you feel yourself impact in your elf form with the ground, and then you hear the sound of as you're coming to again. You hear the sound of soldiers kind of surrounding you, and the sound of drawing weapons. What are you doing?
Right, I have a question, an elephantal question. Because I'm thinking I could also fly as an air elemental. Could I still pick up?
You need 2 to turn into an air elemental. 2 L shapes. I'm not sure how many of you got left.
Well, I thought we'd rested and I was up the thing.
Oh yeah.
And so I would have had all 3. So
okay, yeah.
Okay, so either I'm thinking I'll turn into an earth elemental and grab Narinn and burrow like fuck. But I'm wondering if I could turn into an air elemental and grab him and fly away.
Get shot down when flying away there.
Yeah, but I've got like a wad more hit points as a air elemental.
But will the arrows go through you to me?
I'm just trying to... They might take up the mountain and chop bits off. I've been watching Game of Thrones again. It could be dodgy.
Okay.
Might be a hand, might be something else. Oh, but
don't wanna
then
get
you
flayed.
Dragonborn don't have one of them, do you?
Do we not?
You do, it just folds
I
out.
thought we covered that in like, you know,
Folds out.
Yeah,
we
it's
have
like
this
a
conversation
sheath.
every other month, I swear.
It has a door.
Then we go on to chickens and corkscrews and it's all a mess.
Does that mean the Dragonborn can't be kicked in the balls? We have armor.
Yeah, they're
You
internal.
can be kicking the balls. There's just armor in the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just break the armor.
Okay, sure.
Be kicking for a while.
Yeah, just swing hard enough.
Yeah, no, you could turn into an air elemental, Revan. I think they could pick it up. You see, like, you can see that Narinn is like, he's like restrained right now. So you'd have to kind of like wrestle with this captain for control of him.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if I go into their area and they don't, as an air elemental, and they don't make the saving throw, they get like whirlwinded.
Mm-hmm.
How many people can you like stick inside you at once?
I
That
don't
sounds
know.
weird.
I know what you mean though. I know what you mean.
4, because you're large.
4.
Because you could take him and the captain.
And the mage. Steal the important people.
Oh, let's try and do that, eh? Would that work, Jake?
So, no. Like, the whirlwind throws people away.
Yes, that's
so
what I was thinking.
You can fling people away.
Grabbed Narinn and flung the other ones
I
away.
You could keep someone like.
No, you can like, you'd have to grab hold of Narinn. Keep it kind of like technically.
Oh, I think a water
you have to
elemental
grab
do
hold
that,
of
though.
Narinn. Maybe. He
The
might drown
water
them.
elementals whelm each creature in the elemental space makes a saving throw, or it takes bludgeoning damage. No, it'd just be.
So then how do
You
you get
wouldn't be able
away?
to run away as fast. So.
Yeah. No, I think
I think
we'll
it was
go
water
air
elemental.
elemental, and we'll just try and cause maximum wind damage, and then get the flock out of there.
Sure. Okay.
That's my plan.
Sure. So you hear the
Good luck,
sound
everyone.
of drawing swords, and then kind of as you kind of turn around, you can see they're all pointed towards your throat, and this voice kind of from your like left says, "Surrender. We have your commander." What are you doing?
I'm gonna say I'm Xarxan, king of the pixies. I surrender to nobody. Turn into my air elemental and go for it.
Sure. Okay.
If Xarxan is approaching me as an air and my air elemental, I guess I'm not. If I get the chance, breathe fire on the captain.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Xarxan, can you roll? Hang on. I need to drag it. So is it gonna get like a you? So let's drag Xarxan on. Prepare him for combat.
I really want to bear these guys though.
Xarxan, can you roll for initiative, please?
Vocally.
Now that we're in a kind of a ground state.
Where's initiative? Oh, that's it. Hold on.
Okay, so
Apparently I got 13.14. Why did I get 13.14?
the 1/4 is your dexterity score.
Oh.
We'll just go top of the round. So Narinn, it's your turn. You hear Xarxan arrive and announce himself, and exclaim that he surrenders to no one. What are you doing right now?
So is Xarxan going after me, yeah?
You can see him kind of turning into an air elemental, or like there's wisps of cloud forming around him.
I'm going to say to Nautilus, this is it. If you have any way to break free, now will be the time. If not, I'll be back for you soon.
Or even if he can make his presence known, we can try and grab him too.
I
so wish the eagle thing would have worked. That would have been cool.
And that one says no.
No.
You could maybe also signal to let us know where you are. We might be able to get you on the way out.
I'm in the box.
Okay, I don't know where the box is.
Neither do
Nautilus,
I.
Come on now. But
What if I yelled?
Yeah, that'll do.
I am Nautilus, fury of the waves.
Fire right as he cries that.
Sure. Okay.
Right onto
Can
the
I hear
captain.
this?
You can probably hear it in the distance. Like you would have no reason to believe that Narinn doesn't have Nautilus with him.
Unless
Well,
you
if he's
give us
captured him,
obnoxious
because he
trident.
wouldn't be carrying it.
So Narinn, you are breathing fire.
Yep, onto the captain.
Okay. What is your DC thing for the damage?
Good question.
I didn't mean to roll for enough.
Oh no. No.
That was
The
the
lad.
that was the captain dude. It was just because I
Captain dude.
had Raffen clicked. Foundry was like, "You're making this roll for Raffen." I'm like, "No, I'm not." So he gets a 9, which I assume is probably lower than your DC. So you'll hit him for the full brunt.
Sure, yeah, I can actually find it, but sure.
You'll melt his face off. This is all getting a bit game.
I can't even find it to do
What
it.
are you after,
Is it-
Matt?
Is it in features?
Hang on.
He's got the book.
He's
got
got
the
the
book.
book
What
out.
a nerd!
Physical. It's like actually in my hands.
Uh,
Dragonborn, breath weapon.
yeah.
And what color are you?
Red.
You don't know what
I
color
just asked
Narinn is?
that.
You're if you'd been red or copper or whatever. You 15-foot cone.
Big
Um,
friend.
At what level are you? Are you 11th?
11th.
4d6. DC is equals 8 plus your Constitution modifier plus Proficiency bonus. A creature takes 2d6 on a failed save and half as much on a successful one. The damage increases to 4d6 on 11. On level 11. Yep.
Seven plus, what was it, my proficiency bonus?
It was 4d6. 4.
4. Wait, why did I type 2? Fucking.
Yeah, man. Sorry to say, but the damage is what you roll. I don't
Yeah,
get any
that's
bonuses.
why I never used my breath weapon, because it's kind of shite, but I've got nothing else.
Hmm.
So 12 damage.
12. Like he is totally preoccupied, but like, and you exhale this gout of flame over the back of him, but it just kind of like washes over the back of his armor, and he kind of just like turns over his shoulder and gives you this withering stare. And then Raffen, it's your turn. And then, are you doing anything else on your turn, Matt?
Do I have bonus actions so I can cast?
Well, your breath weapon's a bonus action. I see.
Oh, so
Because
I could also
it kind of sucks.
headbutt.
Yeah, you'll do 1 damage if you hit.
Oh, just for the stare.
He's
I'll
got a fat
headbutt.
head. It'll be
Go
at
for it.
least 2.
Also, is it not? It's more than 1 because I have the feet, isn't it?
Oh, maybe do you? Yeah, sure.
I have. The,
Is it not claws though?
Yeah, probably.
Got a faceplate though.
Get some bite in there, maybe some teeth.
You got any horns starting to pop through a little bit? Or he's got nubbins?
Too young. Do I
Nothing.
even have nubbins? I'm not even sure I have the nubbins.
I don't think you have the nubbins. Your plate is starting to separate, ready for the nubbins to come in. So like you might you like if you go poking around back there, you can maybe feel them. But it's kind of weird and sensitive.
Really sort of put on hats for a little bit.
That one. Unarmed strike. Get fucked.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna stick the heat in that man.
Headbutt him real good.
So it's 1 plus your strength actually, so it's 6 damage, is it?
1 plus my strength.
Yeah.
Yes, that will be 6. Yeah.
Sure. Hang on. Sure. So Narinn, you unleash your breath weapon on him, and he turns around, and then you absolutely duke him one.
Does he seem more phased by that?
A little bit. He kind of like recoils a bit, and then he moves to like you hear him like draw his sword, kind of in front of you, and then it's Raffen. What are you doing, Raffen?
I take it grabbing Narinn would be my action, yeah?
Yeah.
But the whirlwind would just happen to be.
No, your whirlwind's in action as well.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. It's a recharge ability.
Oh, okay, right. I think I'm just going to grab Narinn and bolt, head for the. I grab him and then bolt. Would that? work?
Yeah. So this yeah. So there are you'll have to. I'll need a strength check from you because the captain had him, but has now kind of like sort of released him, and two of the other nearby soldiers have like grabbed are moving to grab Narinn after he just assaulted their commander.
So strength ability check.
Yeah.
Oh, it rolled on one. It hung around on one longer than I would have liked it. That'll do. 19.
Well, does the air elemental have a different strength bonus?
Oh, it might. No, it's +2.
Oh, it's the same, yeah.
Yeah. They keep a hold of him.
They keep a hold of him.
Yeah.
Oh no. Right.
So like,
So it's the fight you want.
It's like Raffen, you know, you whirl these winds around you and turn into an air elemental, and you surge forward. You blast past these guys, and you grab hold of Narinn with your windy hands, and you start flying off into the air. And Narinn, you feel like these like vice-like grips on your leg, like holding you in place. And Raffen, you're kind of like and you're kind of a tug of war with an Narinn right now. And then it is them. So, Raffen, can you give us another dexterity save, please?
Oh, you got like a nat 20, is that?
They had a +4 and rolled slightly higher. They had a +4. They rolled one
What
higher.
did you want? A dex?
Dexterity saving throw, yeah.
Oh, that's not good. 9.
Okay, so there's another hail of arrows. So Narinn, you can take half this damage by being around.
Yeah, cool. 30.
Yeah, so Narinn takes 30. Raffen, you take 61.
Holy shit.
61.
Yeah.
My
There's,
I can
you know,
survive one more of these, and then
Do I have to take down myself?
Yes, I've not done any automation or anything like that. And the captain, he surges forward and he grabs hold of Narren's leg as well. He's got his sword out. So there's 3 holding on to Narinn now. The wizard, what is the wizard gonna do?
he's going to go away and think about his life choices.
She's gonna zap Raffen
Yeah.
with something. Lightning bolt, probably. What's that do?
A laser beam of niceness.
Can you make another dex save, please, Raffen? You see the commander grabs hold of Narren's leg and then he turns to the and says, Corassus! And she starts to cast a spell.
Oh no.
So this isn't as bad. You take 27 damage as she just discharges this like crack of lightning, and it slams into you.
Narinn, I've got 2 hit points left.
Narinn, it's your turn.
Satisfying well.
What's Wings doing?
Wings is kind of he's swooping and diving, and trying to hassle them nearby.
How many times can you use your breath weapon a day?
Once. Get it back on a short rest.
Nice.
So you're grappled by 3 of them right now.
Yeah.
Also Raffen.
Can I use how strong are these cuffs?
They're pretty strong. They're pretty well made. They're probably glass actually.
How big is the
With
lock?
pretty chunky. It's one of those like classic like kind of like pirate like manacle ones where it's just like that sort of like pin thing. Does that make sense?
Narinn has improved claws now.
Uh huh.
He stab at the lock, knowing he's not going to be able to lock pick with a claw, but hoping to just break the mechanism.
Yeah, you can try. You're probably aware that's not going to be super effective.
Would it be more effective just to try and pull them apart with pure strength?
Maybe you probably don't really know. How often has Narinn been in manacles?
I feel like a fair amount.
You probably imagine that the lock is probably weaker than the chain, but you're not sure how much force you can apply with just your claw. Because it's like trying to like, I don't know, it's like a fingernail basically, so you can't get like a huge amount behind it.
Am I able to kick the people holding my legs?
Yeah, you can try and break free of the grapple, yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll just try and break free of the grapple.
Alright, give us a strength check.
How many luckies have I used? 1 or 2? 1, right?
One so far today, I think.
I should also be marking these off. I will use lucky. Fuck it, yeah. Using a lucky. Hey, great.
Yep, no, they keep a hold of you.
Goddamn.
Anything else on your turn, sir?
No, that'll be it.
Okay, Raffen, it's you. You see Narinn is furiously kicking, trying to get these people off him. What are you doing?
If I try to pull away, it's another strength check, isn't it?
Yeah.
But is there more people to compete against?
Yeah, there's 3 of them now, so it'll be like they'll probably have advantage on their check.
What's the like? I'm wondering if I could just go down and smack him. Oh no! If I get knocked out, if I get hit, I'm down and dead. Can I try and pull one last time, and if it doesn't, just let go and leg it till?
Sure, go for it. Yeah.
And I can't say to Matt, can I? Because I can't speak while I'm an eagle.
Make interpretive windy noises.
Yeah, you can speak. Does Narinn speak primordial? Because you can speak
You
in like the
speak primordial?
aeromental language.
He's a fast learner.
Learns under pressure.
Don't think so.
Right. Okay.
So
I guess we'll have to try and do that. I would stay and fight them because I could probably fight off the 3 of them, but one hit and I'm out, and then that's 2 of us stuck in there.
Yeah, just fail.
Right. Well, I might roll an act. Can I use an inspiration? I've got. I never use them. I've got used 2 in 1.
Sure.
To try and like summon up every last bit of strength that
Go
I
for
can, and I'm gonna roll like a 4 now. So strength, ability check.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh.
Not too shabby.
Okay. So Raffen summons every last ounce of his strength, and he pulls Jake's head off. He tugs Narinn. You feel this split-second sensation of like your whole body being like as if you're about to snap in 2, and then you feel the grip on your legs be released, and Raffen, you have Narinn in your grasp. You are able to attempt an escape. Obviously, they are likely to shoot at you. What are you doing with the rest of your turn?
I'm going to attempt an escape.
Sure. You're just legging it?
Yep.
Okay. How fast is an arrow going to move?
Very, or 90 feet per second.
90 feet, okay. Sure. So, they are gonna shoot at you, but they're gonna have you can have advantage on your save,
Okay.
because they're like, you're moving quite quickly, far away. So give us a dex save. In fact, well, if you succeed on the save, you'll just take no damage. But if you fail on the save, you'll just take half damage. It's actually a better way of doing it.
Okay. 21.
21. Okay, yeah. So you're able to kind of you leg it 90 feet.
Half damage now, and we'd have been 4.
And they fire this hail of arrows, but you're kind of moving too quickly for them to sort of kind of get a grasp on you, and they fall quite short. And you see Wings kind of pulls up alongside. Narinn, you feel Nautilus go, Narinn!
Oh, come back.
And then he winks out. You can't talk to him anymore. They
We'll get him back.
are going to continue firing at you guys, but they will probably not. They're unlikely to make any kind of headway with it.
Should have pooped on them. That
They
would have made them
kinda-
let go. Giant eagle poop.
Yeah, so you're able to kind of, at your 90 feet around or however fast you move, you're able to kind of get out of range of them pretty fast. But you can see they are moving with redoubled effort towards the top of the mountain. Around about this time, probably, Xarxan will be arriving back at camp with the rest of the Black Barbs. And as you arrive, Balax is like ushering you all into the temple. And kind of stops and looks at he says, "You all right, lad?"
Yeah.
In you go. He's just finishing up, and then I'm sure he'll be able to tend to your wounds. What news of the commander?
He surrendered, and then they let the rest of us go.
He does like some kind of traditional Dragonborn curse. And he's like, damn. Alright. How many men have they got? Did you get a good look at them?
I don't know, but like maybe hunters, right?
Yeah, you have a good, Xarxan has a good idea of their capabilities. So, if, he would certainly be able to give that information to Balax if Niall doesn't know how to express it.
I wrote it down how much last week you saw roughly 150 to 200 soldiers, and they're all well equipped and well experienced, and they have archers as skilled as the Black Barbs.
They got a lot of dudes.
Alright. Well, then you go. The others should be arriving back soon, and perhaps Lord Zorgar will know what's best to do. He kind of he has that kind of air of God, like he just looks like he just doesn't want to be left alone right now. What are you doing?
I will probably go to the temple and see if I can get healed up.
Sure. So yeah, it'll be in about 20 minutes by now. So you're kind of finishing off you kind of get the last bit in place, and it all kind of the storm dissipates, and your temple is there and ready for you. And you hear all the soldiers have moved in right now, and then you hear 4 come in. Xarxan is among them. He looks fairly beat up.
So last I saw Xarxan, I think he was getting turned into wind.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Rek heard if he was captured or not.
Well, he did. That's why Narinn filled him in, being like, "I'm going to rescue."
Yes, you did. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, so and Rek will be like, "Xarxan, are you okay?"
Yeah, I got beat up and I got stabbed.
I can see that. Is that Narinn's trident?
Yeah.
Did he get you in the back? He tried to grab you, didn't he?
Did he?
Oh, it's a move of his, I think. But hey, come here. I'll heal you up.
Okay.
I'll give him a little cure wounds. How many spell things do I have? Hang on. Let's give you just a first level just now. Yeah. So one
Try and
second.
hit back. First level.
First level.
First
Hi.
level.
That'll be fine. Did that roll? It did. Oh, I think. Wait, no. Isn't there a thing that in this temple all healing is max? I feel like that's a thing.
That sounds plausible.
Or yeah. Temple of the Gods. Let's have a look. Oh. I'm getting a thing that's like, don't go on this page.
The creature regains additional hit points equal to your wisdom modifier.
Ah, that's what it is. Okay. So what was the roll? Did it roll?
I think you cast it. You think you got to press the healing button and then it will roll it. I think that is like the card that happens when you expend the spell slot.
So that's 10. Plus 5. Why did it roll 2d8s? And then plus 5 again, like as you said, it was plus my wisdom, right? 15 hit points back to you, Xarxan.
Thank you.
That's alright. Yeah. Find yourself a spot. Everyone's resting or preparing themselves. So it should be safe in here, but also prepare yourself for the worst, just in case. Alright. Then Rurak turns around and goes to the altar.
Sure.
Praise.
Sure. Are you praying for anything in particular, or are you just kind of doing a general? Praying for yourself.
I'm praying. Rurak's praying for himself and all the people in the temple, also family. He's doing the whole loop. He's doing everybody.
Sure.
Just doing the rounds and making sure he leaves a good prayer for everyone that he cares for.
Okay. Yeah, you get you're in a temple that you summoned forth with your own bare words. You get a pretty strong connection to the big man in here. He's like, look out for them, man. It's all good. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay.
Hi. Okay.
Sure.
I think Rurak is particularly praying for Narinn because he's under the impression that Narinn has been taken right now.
Sure. Okay.
So he's hoping for some sort of miraculous, something absolutely bonkers crazy that there's no way because Narren's absolutely captured by like a whole army. Something crazy must have happened for Narinn to escape. So that's what he's praying for.
Okay. Yeah. You get kind of so you get this. You probably get a kind of a phrase comes unbidden to your head, which says, "Look to the winds." And then you hear this kind of gusting wind as Raphan and Narinn arrive back at the temple. You can hear this. So you hear this kind of gusting wind sound, and then you hear Balex go, "Commander!" From outside. And Narinn and Raphan, you touch down outside Rurak's temple that he has erected.
Triumphantly.
Thank you very much, Raphan.
You're welcome.
Balax, how goes it? Xarxan all right?
He seems a little shaken, sir. Otherwise, I think Master Dawnforge is tending to him. How did you? He said you were captured.
All part of the plan. Easy. Yeah,
What
they
about
should
your
be here
possessions?
soon. We'll reclaim them when they get here. I promise Nautilus I'd do everything in my power, so I will get them back.
How long do we have?
Can I put in a good estimate?
2 hours max.
Oh god. Max of 2 hours. Is everything good to go here?
Well, the temple is constructed, yes. It's only a matter of time. We'll just have to see if it holds as we expect. Did you get a look at their composition? What are we up against?
The 5th Legion, it seems. A good deal of archers, maybe roughly half the Legion is archers. Got a strong mage with them. A captain.
Facade.
Sad, yes.
Hmm.
You know him?
I know of him.
Any good?
He's effective. He won a lot of victories previously, and then has since been resting on his laurels somewhat. You know, he fortifies Ormonth. That's probably what they were going to do. You know, sort of homeland work.
See.
Hopefully, he's lost his edge.
Let's hope.
Have you heard from the others? Lord Xarxan and everyone?
I was a little busy.
I suppose so.
So not really, no. Hopefully they should be back soon. Has Gex set up any traps?
I think he's done some. He said he made some rocker droppers, is what he called them.
Very good. We haven't heard any.
I wonder where he got
trap
that
spells so
idea
far.
from.
So, what did you say?
We haven't heard any of the trap spells so far that he placed before.
No, probably not.
Okay. In the meantime, we're gonna need some spare armor and a spare weapon if you've got it.
I'm sure we'll be able to find something appropriate for you.
We will reclaim Nautilus at any cost, though.
I understand. Sarith and Muir, you are probably coming back to the mountain at this point. You can see... Well, you can see the 5th Legion, or the army is moving up the side of the mountain. Where are you? What is your plan? Where are you headed?
I was gonna see if we could go pick up Narinn, but I guess he's not there anymore.
You certainly don't, if you're kind of swooping over, you certainly don't see anyone in there. So it looks like Narinn or Xarxan. And they're moving at pace.
Did we establish that we can use the Rocky Talkies in wind form?
You can't use them, you can receive calls on the Rocky Talkies in wind form.
Okay. I guess we head back to the base if we can't see Narinn.
Yeah, probably avoiding the army a little bit, seeing as Xarxan got captured when he was in wind form already.
Sure. Yeah, you don't. It's quite late. You don't really get any. They might notice you. If they do, they don't care. You're not really sure if you've either you've escaped kind of without their having seen you, or they notice and don't do anything about it. And you're able to make your way back to the temple, and you can see Narinn is clad in just like a shirt and trousers. He's talking to Balax. Raffen is... Well, either Raffen or a big cloud is there. I'm not sure whether Raffen's still in his air elemental form or not.
I would have turned back into Raffen and
Sure.
tried to heal myself a little bit because I would have taken about 20 hit points
Okay.
damage.
Then yeah, you can see Narinn and Raffen chatting to Balax. Narinn and Raffen, you can see an assortment of clouds making their way back.
I'm going to quickly ask Ormonth, is that his name?
Orman, yeah.
Ormin, there we go. I'm going to ask Ormin if he thinks that the 8th Legion will descend on us anytime soon from what he saw.
I don't think so, Commander. I expect they're going to wait at the bottom of the hill for us, at least until morning. It would be foolish of them to try and make that climb in the dark when they
So-
expect us to get to the other side.
It might be beneficial for the 5th Legion to attack tonight. Means we only have to deal with
If
half
we're getting
the
attacked by
force,
both of them, then probably.
and then we can move back down the way they came up in the morning.
Potentially. If we win.
I mean, if have a little more faith.
Sorry, when we win. Are you alright, sir? How did you make it back?
Harafin picked me up as we discussed. If you were paying attention to the plan, this was always it.
You said there was a lasso. Did I imagine that?
Can Rurak kind of approach at this point?
Sure.
Ah, good to see you're alive, Narinn. How did you make it here?
Harafin heroically swooped in and picked me up.
Aye.
I breathed some
Trust
fire
it.
on the captain, gave him a wee headbutt, and said my goodbyes.
All right. Well, I mean, it seemed to work. Well done.
We need to quickly devise a plan, though, for what happens when we get here, and also how to reclaim all of my stuff. Because that is 2 years worth of stuff I am unwilling to lose. I will
That's
kill
fair.
all 200 of them by myself if I must.
Oh my god. Well,
Are we back at this point?
Yeah, you
Right.
yeah, you certainly you see Narinn and Raffin talking to Balex, and then Narinn heads inside, and you're free to do whatever you want.
Kill.
I'm gonna take the cask out and be like, shall we discuss everything over a drink?
can
Yeah.
Narinn says, don't be foolish. This is no time for drink while taking the cask.
Rurak goes up
I
to
didn't say you could take it.
You're commanding officer. I will put it with the food with everything else. He's pouring himself a glass already.
And
Oh,
you're
Rurak goes up to Sorth, grabs them by the face, and, "Mwah!" and then grabs the cast and goes inside. Sits on the table.
What?
it's a dwarven thing. Don't worry about
Very
it.
alarmed.
I like the height differential in that
He's
image
so
as well.
small. How did he reach
There's a-
my
there-
head?
There was a
I'm
rock.
very tall.
Man can jump, you know.
I
Mhm.
respect that.
Vera goes up to Narinn and clips him up the back of the head and goes, "What the fuck happened here?
What the hell do you mean? Everything's gone according to plan. The
Where
temple is up.
where's
We're all
all
here.
your stuff? Where's Nautilus?
I'll get it back.
He's not singing. This is highly unusual."
Oh, trust me, he's singing. He's just not singing here. We'll get him back. There's no way I'm leaving without him.
Okay, well, we got snacks. Do you want first dibs? I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, thank you. I want first tips on the wine.
Rurak returns
Rurak?
with a pitcher, not a pitcher, just like some sort of tray, and holding a bunch of dwarven kegs made of stone, and passes out a fair little bit for everybody.
Check.
Don't get
I'll
everyone
grab
drunk.
one.
Yeah.
I'll preempt this by saying they'll be here in about 2 hours, so nobody get drunk.
This
I
is
don't
the
want a
pub.
cheesecake though. Slice of
I'll take a
cheesecake,
cheese-
anyone?
Take a
Cheesecake.
cheesecake.
Dwarven red berry, I think.
Ooh, I'll have a lit. Thank you.
Sounds good.
I mean,
I had another idea, by the way.
Is it dinosaurs?
Well, I was-
Yes.
Well, everything is better with the dinosaurs, but this involves some amount of not sneakery, but kind of sneakery. What if we dig a hole into the mountain and we hide everyone in the hole, and then we cover up the hole, and they're gonna be like, "Where the heck have they gone?" And we're in the hole. What do you
I
think?
like the idea, but
There's two
how the
issues
hell are
with
we
this
gonna dig
plan.
a hole?
Yeah. One,
Well, you've
how
got
do we do
druids
that?
and magical people. I can't do it, but I'm sure one of you can.
Also, how does this help me reclaim Nautilus?
I don't give a fuck about that.
Soros,
Okay.
did you manage to get them?
What
Well,
the...
I said my plan is for the whole army as a whole. It's not for getting your big fork.
I struck a chord with Narinn.
I'm going to reassure
Yes.
Narinn that we'll go and get his big fork.
You don't
I'm quite fond of
understand
the big fork.
that Nautilus is a part of this team. You are not. I'll sacrifice you before I sacrifice Nautilus.
Ooh.
Insult to the person who just saved your life.
To cool the jets a little bit. I know
I know Nautilus is a pain in the ass, but he is a part of this team.
No, I agree. We will get him back.
Sure.
Can't go in on a
Calm down. Have a slice of cake. It's gonna be okay.
You know, I've never heard of people having relationships with their weapons before. That's a new one. It's a new one.
Not for us. Yeah.
I do like my crossbow. I don't think I would.
Because
Well,
your
maybe I
crossbow
would.
isn't sentient. Sentient. There we go.
I mean,
Yeah, cool.
whoever doesn't have
Dragon head on it,
sentient
though.
to care about it.
Anyway, the whole plan. What do you think?
One is impossible to achieve in less than 2 hours, considering our druid is completely drained. And
Yeah, I would
two, it doesn't mean that they won't find us. They have a mage with them. I feel like there might be some bullshittery afoot.
Speaking of the mage, I think we need to kidnap them somehow. They're the main pitfall for basically all our plans.
I think you need to set up as many traps as possible around.
Yeah.
Keith, where's
That was the
cake?
point.
I have a cake for
Yeah.
him.
He's just sitting in the corner.
What kind of Dragonborn sweets did Dragonborn have?
Pastries and stuff. They got a lot of kind of like Indian style sweets, like little kind of like sort of like kind of chewy things and stuff like that. And just kind of general sweet things. Yeah, cake. You got some cakes. You got some like muffins and stuff. You got some of these sort of like little sweet treat things.
Grab a selection and present it to Gek.
He's even in the corner. He's like flicking pebbles against each other. He doesn't even notice you.
Gek! Look what I got!
More. I'll play
You alright?
No, pum pum.
Very cool, Gek. Sweets?
Picks one.
Oh no!
Okay. I ready.
Ready to make some traps, buddy?
Yeah. I made some rocker droppers already. I can make some more rocker droppers. That's kind of mostly rocks, so kind of limited to rocker droppers. Maybe some rocker rollers. Also would be okay. We could do them. I go have a look.
Okay, have fun.
How far does the path they were coming up stay like a wee passage that they were?
It's sort of like the kind of the temple is kind of built on this newly flattened area, so they have to kind of come off the passage and then kind of to the sort of more open area around the temple. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I have an idea. It's a stupid idea, but if it works, it could be really funny and effective. We
Cool.
have the Zorb spell. There is a mage who needs to be put in a Zorb. We get someone who can turn into a bird, or just pick up a giant orb, yeet it down the mountain, and problem solved.
Okay. Harafin did try and save me as a bird and took many arrows.
Many arrows.
Kind of lucky we got away, and we have 2 hours to recover.
If the time comes, could somebody be willing to kick his orb down the hill? You know?
Didn't the orb hang in midair? Did it not? I thought
No,
it did.
because a bird picked it up last time.
Jake, I can use that elf thing and get a sort of. It's not a long rest, is it? It's like a short rest, but quickly.
No, you can use it. You can use your elf thing lets you take a long rest in half the time, but that's 4 hours.
Right. Okay.
We can take a short rest now, though, and recharge things that.
Yeah.
Recharge and
I
short
think
rest.
I'll rest just now then, and if it takes 2 hours, then
Sure.
or if it takes 4 hours.
Isn't action surge bullshit and it recharges on a short
Basically,
rest?
all the fighter stuff recharges on a short rest. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Narinn is also probably quite on edge and freaking out a little in his head here because this is the first time in like 2 years he's not had a voice in his head.
Yeah.
And it's kind of eerily quiet.
Yeah, it's empty in there.
So
It's
he's
just you.
he's trying to talk more to people to keep the emptiness from being noticeable.
So it is 10 o'clock just now. What is your guys' plan? Are you doing anything in the next 2 hours?
I wanted to
Presumably
focus
doing something.
arrows.
I'm
Okay.
resting.
I could like talk to Sorth after.
Sure. So you head over to Zeros. Sorry.
I'm bringing a cup and a treat. There you go.
Thank you. How was Ormonth?
Oh, Ormonth was great. I bought some nails. I bought some drink.
Nails.
Yeah. Looking back, I'm not really sure why. Sometimes you see things and you want them.
And you want nails?
I figured people could build stuff with it, or we could make.
How many nails
weapons
did you
with
get?
them. I can't remember. How many nails did I get?
Like
It was like
15 or something.
15 nails. Got a good price for them though.
How much did you pay?
I can't remember. It was something, but he tried to swindle me. He tried to make me pay more than. And I was like, "Well, I'm from Clan Luminor. What do you think? Do you think I'm gonna not know the price of nails? Of course, I know the price of nails.
You didn't know the price of nails.
Maybe. Yeah. This whole Markex is quite a bunch.
How are you finding it?
Well, the Zorgar doesn't really talk much.
No, he's a bit quiet, isn't he?
I haven't really spoken to him much. Narinn is he's just blatantly a dick. I suggested a plan. It might not have been the best plan. And when he was like, "Well, what are we gonna do about my fork?" I was like, "Well, I don't really care about the fork. I care about the army." And he was like, "Well, I would kill you before I let my fork go." And I was like, "Wow, okay, that's a bit uncalled for, but okay." I didn't say that actually. I was a little bit stunned into silence. They would say something like that. I don't know if I really like him as a leader.
It's pretty harsh.
It was pretty harsh. I don't think I was being that annoying. Maybe I was. I
He's
don't think
had
I
a
was.
rough day.
Oh yeah, he did get captured and just not wearing any armor and everything, but still, it's a bit. I don't know priorities and everything.
We'll see how he reacts under pressure.
This is the pressure. He's not handling it well.
I suppose not.
Makes me wonder about things.
Well,
I don't really know if either of those guys should be responsible for what we're trying to do here.
He just kind of looks at you for a minute. He says, "We'll see."
We'll see. Well, I'm sure they're planning something, so I should probably. How are you doing? Are you fine? What's been going on since
Not a huge
everything
amount.
happened?
We've been waiting for the temple to be constructed. It's certainly a clutch tactic, I gotta admit. So just keeping watches and things like that. Did you see the army? We haven't had much intelligence on them.
How much would I have seen the army, Jake?
You'd have seen the rough idea of like size and composition. You reckon there's probably about 150 folk and mostly archers.
Yeah, about 150, 200. We've got the archers. We've got that one wizard.
Did you see them?
Did I see them?
Maybe at a distance.
I saw a little bit. Not enough. But we haven't had a long rest since the initial interaction with them, have we? With the big magic.
No.
So, like, from my understanding, she probably wouldn't be able to do it again, right?
Yeah, you'd think you should be hard pressed to manifest something like that again. Yeah, if she did, she'd be like wiped out.
Yeah. Okay, we should be. I'm hoping we're gonna be okay for the next. Apparently, they're gonna be here in about 2 hours. So they shouldn't. She shouldn't have any more magic. Ideally.
All right. We'll see how things turn out.
Enjoy your drink.
Thank you. You kind of you see he's kind of deep in thought when you leave him. And then Rurak, you said you were wanting to talk to Sorth, is that right?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's okay. Once you're done talking, Sorth, I think Rurak would probably approach, and be like, hello, Sorth.
Hello.
I don't suppose you'd managed to visit a blacksmith whilst you were down in Ormond?
Oh, here you go. I've got some iron.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I also have nails.
Nails.
These are special nails.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Really special. They must
Don't talk to me like that. I know these nails.
I'm sure you do. What do you plan on using them for?
Well, I figured we could make weapons with them. For example, something that blows up.
That's not my department.
I was saying that to Mira earlier. I should talk to her again about that.
Yeah, I think Gek would like that too. He like setting traps and things. So if you talk to them, they'll do something good. But I can take the iron though. What are
you gonna make with it?
I'm gonna talk to an iron, and we'll make something. Thank you for this. I appreciate it.
No worries.
Okay.
Happy to help.
And then I'm gonna head over to the forge and be like, Narinn, come over here.
Yes, before this happens, quick question, Jake. How do I DM you through Foundry?
I think if you type /whisper. Yeah, I think try /whisper Jake or /whisper GM maybe. Do a test one, see if it works.
Right.
Nope.
Hey. You could just DM him on Discord.
I tried that, but he wasn't seeing it.
Yeah, when I have OBS up, it mutes Discord notifications, so it's unreliable to message me on Discord.
Yes, Rurak.
Right, so I've got some iron here, and I can make you some armor, or a trident, or something. You just let me know what you want.
I don't want to try them. Most of us will probably take that as betrayal.
Alright, that's fine. I'm sure there's weapons aplenty here with your troops. So, how about I make you up a set of armor?
That'd be great. Thank you.
That's fine. I don't know if you have anything on you, but do you have anything of Arissa that I can fuse into this armor for you?
I was just looted for everything I have.
When you say that name, right, you feel like kind of a someone upstairs.
Oh no.
I look straight up through the stone. Give him a little stare back. Give him a little nod.
No, I just watches Ruek look up and nod and just like, no.
Alright, lucky thing, because I don't think he would have liked it anyway. That's fine. Right.
Yeah, like, Narinn was looking for everything he has already.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be Altian armor, so have fun explaining that to Arissa later. Jake, can I make as much of a full set of armor as possible in these 2 hours out of storm steel?
You can give it a bash. You won't get. You could probably get with 2 hours. You could probably make like one bit, right? You could probably make like a breastplate. You could maybe make a nice helmet. Because out of greaves and boots, or some big gauntlets. That's probably about as much. Certainly, like you could probably make more than that, but you're not sure you'd be like confident in the end product, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I guess we'll go for the biggest stuff. So for breastplate first.
Sure, go for it.
And then go from there for like most important, like breastplate, then head, then pauldrons and arms and all the rest.
Okay. You're just getting cracking on that?
I'm just getting cracking on that. That's Rurek's sole purpose for the next time. For until there's people crashing at the gates. That is what Rurek will be doing.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
What is everyone else doing?
Resting.
What did you say, Mir? Botany?
Plotting.
Plotting. Where are you plotting?
I don't know.
You're just sitting there.
That mage has to. I'm just sitting there going.
Okay.
The mage has to go. Hello.
I have nails.
I know you have nails.
We could make a bomb.
Nail bomb, hardcore.
I think it would do a lot of damage. And I really want to use them because I bought them, and I'll level with you. We didn't need nails, but I have them, so we should use them.
I would say nail bomb is a bit too hardcore, but I did just avalanche about 100 people, so I don't think I can really get on a moral high horse about this. Yeah, fuck it, let's make a nail bomb. And think about the consequences of that later. You know, we don't have to use it, it's just there.
We could
as
make
emergency terrorism, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming to kill us anyway, you know?
Yeah. We could just threaten them with it, just go, ooh, look what we got.
Yeah, you know, we see someone killing us, we go, no, and we throw it at them.
Sure, okay. Yeah, let's, how many... Get looked. Let me just check how many more of those spell storing things, because I used 2 today, didn't I, for the mountain?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I think I have a few more.
I would like to add, I don't know how to make anything.
That's fine.
If you want
I'll show you how to make a bomb.
Someone of something, I'm pretty good at that.
You're gonna have to persuade these nails into this explosive, you know, so
okay.
Let me just... I got 12 of them. I can make loads of bombs. Right, so can I store fireball into a rock but have nails in it? Just, you know, that's the mechanical thing.
Sure.
I'm just making a bomb with nails in it.
Okay, yeah. Sure. So I take it you mark off the spell slot for that and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you do all the bookkeeping you gotta do on that. Is anyone else wanting to do anything that would, in these 2 hours, that would require being done in session? Because otherwise we'll probably fast forward 2 hours. If that makes sense.
There's no really plan we can make, is there? Is there a plan we can make?
I really want to get rid of that mage because I have a bad feeling she has disintegrate on her, and then our entire temple is gone.
Oh,
and we're
yes.
fucked.
That's true.
I still have most of my spells. You know, I don't know if we could still have time to wind walk and zorb her down a hill or something. I think she just has to go though, or we're in big trouble. Or she could just
So-
laser beam us again. You know, there's a lot of things are not very cash money about her.
Can I just ask, are we dealing with this battle this session or next session?
Next session.
Okay.
So
Just 'cause
so-
I was gonna say I think Zorgo should be present.
So basically, what I'm asking is, like we'll so there will be space between this session and next session, for through text chat or whatever for you guys to make any planning you need to do, make any preparations, anything like that. If you need to do any discussion with one another, there's space for that. Otherwise, we'll probably pick up next session at with them having just arrived. That's basically so like that's why I was asking is if anyone wants to do anything else today that would require being done in session before an army turns up. Then we'll do it just now.
Only thing I can think of is maybe Rurak would do like a prayer or a concordance or some sort of beseeching to Altius to basically give him Godspeed for making this armor. He just basically wants like divine power boost for making this set of armor for Narinn.
Okay. I'll write it down. We'll probably do that at the start of next session, I'd imagine. Probably the sensible thing to do. Rurak asked Altius for Turbo Smith powers. Okay. Well, otherwise then, 2 hours pass, and you spend your 2 hours doing whatever it is you do, and then there's windows in here, right? Is that what you're saying?
There are windows,
Yeah.
yes.
So then, there are probably people, watching out the windows the whole time, and then someone says, "Commander, I think they're here," and you hear this, this march, the steady rhythmic pace of footsteps, kind of approaching up to the temple, and then they stop, and then a voice calls out, "Narinn, you recognize it. Raffin, you recognize it. Xarxan, you recognize it." And his voice says, "Ho there! We have you surrounded. Why not step out that we may talk as equals?" And that's probably where we'll stop.
Alright.
Until next week.
Lummy.
Awesome.
So if you watch the stream, cheers for watching, and we'll see you next week.